If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family. There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations, with 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.
Episode 4 between the Cotuit Kettleers and the Hyannis Harbor Hawks is about to begin. Alongside Michael Kirsting, Nico Sharp, I'm Jacob Irons. Mickey Doolittle's away on assignment for us today. But guys, got a great matchup here coming into this one. 2-1 series lead the Kettleers have over Hyannis. Their last matchup came on the 29th of June. That one didn't go in Hyannis' way, losing 8-0 at McKeon Park. What needs to occur tonight for them to be able to get on the winning side of it?
You know, something that I noticed in that game is just getting started early. It just seemed like we fell behind and just kind of couldn't play out the catch-up role. You know, and it's always tough to play, especially a team like Cotuit, you know, who has great bullpen arms on the backside. So it's going to be tough to get behind and try to stay behind, you know. So definitely looking to try to get going quickly and try to get the ball rolling.
Yeah, starting early is just about the key. We talk about it every game, attack early, in the words of Jacob Irons. That this is a team that forces you to go out and attack early, because the later you go into games against this team, the more sure they're going to be that they win this game. So it's a really tough team, a competitive team at that too, in these Cotuit Kettleers. They've been strong for a reason. They're pacing the West. They're pacing the league in terms of points. They've got a deadly combo on both sides of the ball in pitching and hitting. In the first game against Lowell Park, we saw just about the most complete display we've seen from a team the entire season. And if they can do that, they can beat any team on their day.
Yeah, right now Cotuit sits at 15-7, no ties for them, 30 points. Next closest is YD and Bourne with 25. They are pacing. They've got a 5-point lead, and right now are 1 in the power rankings in the Cape Cod Baseball League. But to go back off of Michael's point, you got to attack early, because the key inning, I always like to circle an inning. It's going to be the 6th inning tonight. Cotuit is 13-2 when leading after the 6th inning. Hyannis is 6-1. If they are trailing after the 6th, Cotuit is 0-4, while Hyannis is 3-7. So that 6th inning is going to be really key tonight to try and be able to get out in front.
You know, absolutely. You know, we speak about that, you know, time and time again. We're just getting ahead, and every team just seems to have a great bullpen and be able to finish off games. You know, and we see that here. And so, Irons, I love that you brought that up, because that's going to be so important. It's just to get ahead early because we know that whoever is ahead in that 6th inning does take home the win.
So remind me of Hyannis' record again after the 6th when losing.
They are 3-7.
So they've played 10 games. Cotuit has played only 4. That's a really, really big note there. The fact that they have played so many games from in front speaks volumes about this Cotuit team. So attacking early and making sure that you are ahead by that 6th inning and don't let them, if ahead at all, don't let them be ahead by too much because they've only played in so many situations where they've been down. So you get them there, you almost got them on the ropes a little bit because they may not know how to play those kinds of games. Hyannis has played a variety of games this year. They've lost them, they've won them. Their character has been built. So you get them to that 6th inning, you get your team ahead, you may have a good chance here.
Yeah, like we say, every game out of your 40-plus game season is all going to look very different. But they're going to have a really tough hurler on the mound against them tonight in the Cotuit Kettleers. Cameron Hill comes in second best ERA right now on the Cape with a 0.57, and that's through 15 and 2/3 innings pitched, striking out the league's best 23. Cameron Hill out of Georgia Tech, he is deadly.
Yeah, absolutely. That left-handed arm, and we see in the statistics right here. He's leading all of Cape Cod in strikeouts and an opposing batting average. Guys are just not able to find the barrel off this guy. It's a very tough guy. You can see in his arm slot with his velo, and he's a very tough guy.
Yeah, and he's shown at times at Georgia Tech that teams are able to figure him out, but hitters have been absolutely clueless off of him so far. He pitched in the NECBL last season and to the tune of a .75 ERA. And guys, I'm sure we're going to be seeing that same nasty display from the pitcher of the week just a week ago.
Another guy we'll be seeing a lot of tonight is Eric Snow, who's standing by with our own Brea Losick.
From Lowell Park, I'm Brea Losick alongside Eric Snow. Eric, you guys haven't had a true off day in a couple weeks now from rainouts. How was that yesterday?
It was fun. We had a great time at the beach. We did a little team bonding thing, and I thought it went well to create some chemistry between the team.
Yeah, you've been one of the guys that kind of came at the very start and have seen so many people come and go. What's that been like?
It's been a little weird, but meeting new people is awesome, and everybody's so good out here, so it's really fun.
And then at the plate, how have you been seeing the ball lately?
Pretty good. It hasn't been going the right way, but I've been seeing the ball well, so hopefully some success will come soon.
All right, thank you so much, Eric. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Brea. Welcome you back to Lowell Park, down Parkside right here. We'll go to Nico Sharp, where Eric Snow's hitting in the 9-hole, but what else is everyone in?
Yeah, so the leadoff will be number 8, Nick Mitchell, playing left field. In the 2-hole, playing number 14 is John Gazdar at shortstop. And in the 3-hole is the big third baseman, Cam Smith, wearing number 13. In the 4-hole, Austin Kelly playing first. In right will be Zach Earhart, wearing number 4. In the 6-hole, Elijah Hainline playing second base. Behind the plate, hitting the 7-hole will be Brody Donay. In center field, wearing number 35 is Will Taylor. And Eric Snow, the 9-hole in the DH spot.
Hill launches it in for a strike on Mitchell, and we're underway about 6 minutes early here at Lowell Park. We're cruising for a bruising today, as Hill will set to come again. That pitch misses outside into the other's batter's box on Mitchell.
Yeah, we mentioned just a few minutes ago that it looks like some guys can figure out Hill, a 7.98 ERA, but only a 2.35 opponent average against.
1-1 comes home. That one's going to be popped up onto the infield. Dropping back will be Norris, and called off by Petre behind second base over to its right side to make the grab.
Yeah, went fastball back-to-back and then dropped a little off-speed there. Just caught Mitchell a little out front there. That's a great pitch and really worked ahead there against Mitchell.
He's a kind of guy that we've said a few times have dealt so many unfair at-bats with the speed of his fastball and then being able to take off with the off-speed. Commanding at-bats correctly, every single one of those at-bats could be unfair.
Gazdar settles in. He'll look at a ball low. 1-0 from Hill. John Gazdar in his second game for the Hawks this summer after in the 9-hole 2 nights ago against YD. As the 1-0 comes home, that's fouled back into the netting.
And I like him up here in this earlier spot, in the 2 spot in the lineup. He's a contact hitter. That sends Hainline down to the 6th and Earhart to the 5. A little bit of stabilization for that middle back of the order.
The 1-1 hurled home, fouled off over by the Cotuit dugout, dropping and pushing it away from their dugout as Cotuit is wearing the red jerseys today for Friday nights on Cape Cod in honor of veterans and first responders. Hyannis in their road blues with gray pants. Both teams sporting the camo hats as the 1-2 comes home from Hill. It's a swing and a miss from Gazdar on the breaking ball low below the knees. 2 away.
Yeah, it's another great pitch. Just puts it on his back foot, and that is a guy in John where we saw him have great ABs in his first time here, really working late in the counts, really seems to be seeing the ball, tracking the ball well. So, that's a great back foot pitch there by Cam Hill.
Now you'll look at Cam Smith in the 3-hole today, the third baseman. Pitch comes from Hill off the plate.
And in terms of matchups here, this is a premier matchup now. The guy who leads the league in strikeouts coming into today and one of the hottest hitters over the last 15 games. This is a big, big matchup here on the plate and in the box.
The 1-0 comes home, popped up into foul territory. Mathis making a run over into foul territory. He'll make the grab after he went to the wall and then brought it back after he tracked it. And that will do it for the Hyannis Bats. They go down in order. Cotuit coming up next right here on the Hyannis Harborhawks Baseball Network.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle. Up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Welcome back to Lowell Park. Still 0-0 as Cotuit will get their first time into the box. Let's send it over to Michael, who's standing by with their lineup.
The center fielder, Carter Matheson, leads things off, and then immediately followed by the third baseman, Ryan Galaney, batting second. Cole Mathis plays first and bats third. Had a grand slam in the game in the 4-0 victory, or the 8-0 victory, beg your pardon, at McKeon Park. He bats third, and Emilian Petre, the shortstop who we saw a bit of action of in the last inning, will clean up. Caleb Lomavita catches and bats fifth. Brock Willis plays left field and bats sixth. A bit of a newer guy playing second and hitting seventh is Grant Norris. Josh Pine is a designated hitter today, hits eighth. Teo Banks is the right fielder, and he will bat ninth. And that is a lineup that will face Bradley Hodges out on the mound for Hyannis.
Yeah, Bradley Hodges out of Fleming Island, Florida, in the University of Virginia. Has a 3.85 ERA coming into his third game so far, Nico.
Yeah, for sure. And this is his first start, and for the Cavaliers, he was mainly a relief pitcher, came out of the bullpen and never threw a bulk of innings. It always seemed to be happening in 1-2 innings, never pitching a bulk here. So interesting to see how the Harborhawks use him here as if they go bullpen style today or what their plan seems to be.
We talk about it. It's always manufacturing those 3 innings of pitching. How can you get there through your arms?
Yeah, I was just about to say, it seems like there are identities in this Hyannis team. The contact small ball style on the offensive, and the stringing the 3 together on the defensive side.
Hodges hurls home for strike just above the knees on Carter Matheson, the center fielder today. Comes in batting .342 on the season for Cotuit. The 0-1 breaking ball comes home line. Be a fair ball down the right field line. Turning around 1 and going for 2 will be Matheson. He'll start things off for the Kettleers hot with a stand-up double.
Sat back on that breaking ball right there, and we're gonna have a nice southpaw matchup today. But he started off with a fastball coming at 91, and then sat on that off speed, just caught it out front, down the line, pulled it. Great swing, start for a leadoff double.
Yes, we saw Matheson last time out have a really nice day, went 3 for 4 with a walk in the 8-0 victory on the 29th. So, again, seeing the ball really clean out of the Hyannis pitcher's hands.
Hodges comes home to Delaney. That one skirts away from Donay. He'll keep it out in front of you as the Hyannis defensive alignment will be left to right with Mitchell, Taylor, and Earhart in the outfield. Then Smith, Gazdar, Hainline, and Kelly. And then the battery partner of Hodges to start things off will be Brody Donay. Ryan Galaney settles in for the second pitch of his at-bat. The 1-0 comes home, breaks below the knees, continued sinking.
Yeah, just to continue our conversation, a lot of these guys who are in this Hyannis team also haven't pitched to too much bulk here. So Hodge is being asked just the same as everybody else to carry about 3-4 innings just about.
2-0, misses high, now 3-0 on Ryan Galaney.
And then if they don't, well, they've got a platoon of guys in the bullpen who are able to carry that bulk. So it doesn't really matter, but of course the goal is to be getting about 3 innings, if not more, out of every pitcher.
Hodges looks back. He comes home. Pitch below the knees. Galaney works a walk. And now 2 on with still nobody away here in the bottom of the first for Cotuit.
Yeah, and I think that speaks to it, going back to your point, Michael, is, these pitchers will be on an inning limit. There will be a pitch count. They can only throw. So I think going this bullpen style, time in and time out will be great because then you can utilize these pitchers for as long as you can.
Now bring up Cole Mathis, the first baseman. The lefty on righty matchup. Hodges comes home, breaking ball, missing on the top of the zone, staying above. Now 1-0.
It's got to be in the back of Hodges' mind that he was the guy who hit that grand slam in the 6-run third inning at McKeon Park a few days ago.
Hodges looks back and now fires home, fastball upstairs above the lettering. 2-0 now, and Hodges very loose to start things off today, was being the catcher for pitching coach Eric Luxus during BP today, as he was hitting balls over to the infielders as the 2-0 goes low, bouncing in dirt before the plate. Now 3-0.
I think that was kind of a very telling pitch right there. Is he's thrown 5 straight balls, and he does go back to that curveball on 2-0. So that just shows maybe before the game, maybe he was feeling that curveball and feeling that comfortable that he can just drop one in there.
3-0. Matheson takes a healthy lead off of second. Breaking ball upstairs, and now it's another walk as Cole Mathis' walk now loads the bases here early as Donay will come out to talk to his pitcher.
And now once you take a look with the bases juiced, all you have to be able to realize if you're the infield that you can go anywhere here. And even though this is the bottom of the first and Coach Eric Lexus comes out to talk with Hodges, you have to have the presence of mind that wherever it's hit, you need to know where you're going. So corner infielders will probably be coming home with it, and the middle infielders will definitely trade 2 outs for a run here.
As they'll continue to have a conversation, and still nobody retired here, still scoreless as we're in the bottom of the first here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Take a quick break and give you the umpires right here, as it's going to be Nicholas Mole behind home plate, then Mark Rowan at first base, as Eric Karma stands at third base, as Mole went up there to break over the conference up at the bump.
We talked about how important it was to be keeping Cotuit at bay here, and this is why they're such a dangerous team. They're selective with their pitches, and they've got them loaded already through the first 4 hitters. Still nobody out here. So big work to go from Hodges so far here today.
Pitch in for strike on Emilian Petre. The shortstop today, the cleanup guy, as he comes in batting .243. However, the conversation was worked as the 0-1 will now come home. Breaking ball off the plate to the outer part, as it's a lefty-on-lefty matchup here with Petre. The 1-1 comes home. Fastball upstairs at 90 miles an hour. Gets him to swing and miss, now 1-2.
Yeah, good-looking Hodges there. He's back in the zone. He's working left to right, up and down to work that off-speed. It seems to be he found himself.
1-2. Breaking ball inside at 82 miles an hour now, evening the count at 2 apiece.
And a quick defensive thing. Cam Smith's the only one that's brought in. We have Austin Kelly over there behind the runner at first base. Everyone playing back other than Cam Smith.
2-2. Misses outside. Now 3-2 on the 91-mile-an-hour fastball away.
Got to give him something to hit here, but the bases juice, nowhere to put Petre. So just give him something that he could put in play and see what happens.
Payoff pitch from Hodges. Breaking ball, they got him looking. Petre thought about it, broke the bat a little bit, but stood standing as they get the first out.
I think that's a pitch you'd be proud of, Nico Sharp, because that was a really, really important pitch, and that was one that Pitre could have sat on because that was off speed. So real confidence, and as you said, had to have been hearkening back to what he was feeling in the pregame. Big pitch there from Hodges.
0-0 pitch to Loma Vida, as that one's fouled back into the netting.
Yeah, that's a scary look if you're Cotuit. You know, a guy who can just flip that pitch at any time. That's a scary look. He can throw to any part, in any count, in any zone.
0-1 on Loma Vida. Popped up into shallow right field. Jumping in will be Earhart. He'll make the grab. Roberts will hold Matheson over at third, as they didn't want to see him tag up, as the throw from Earhart came with plenty of time.
Yeah, that fly ball's probably not deep enough to score any runner, but it doesn't matter. With that arm of Zach Earhart, it doesn't seem like from any distance that he will be tested.
Now they'll bring up Brock Wills, the left fielder.
Another great pitch there by Hodges with bases loaded, really bearing down right there with the strikeout looking right there, and then a weak fly ball.
Brock Wills in left field for the Kettleers. Breaking ball misses off the plate to the outer part, 1-0. Now, lefty on lefty matchup. Hodges sets on the rubber. Kicks, fires home, upstairs by the eyes of Wills.
And out here in any way would definitely energize everybody in that Hyannis dugout after getting out of a bases loaded no-out jam. So Hodges knows that should be having to bear down here.
2-0, breaking ball. Misses out of the zone, 3-0.
That is a sharp curveball he's throwing. But Michael, going back to what you were saying, is as we talked about, scoring runs early in the game is so important to winning ball games here. So this is such a big moment in the game and a big momentum switch for either team.
3-0, bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Hodges comes home. Fastball down Main Street, 3-1.
And then even though it's a hitter's count here, why not do that again? It gives you a chance in any way just to get an out. So we'll see what he goes with here, but wouldn't hurt if he was just to do that same thing again.
3-1 pitch home. Low below the knees. That will walk in Matheson. And Cotuit will score first off the walk of Wills.
Yeah, not a bad pitch there. He did go back to that fastball, just barely missed low. You know, I hear some Harbor Hawks fans back here who didn't like that call, but it looked just a bit low. Close pitch there.
Galaney advances to third. Mathis to second, and Wills now stands at first as Norris will fly that one foul down the right field line, up by the trees and out of play. Here at Lowell Park, nestled within the forest of Cotuit, opens up for the parking lot and then opens up for the field, and then rest of the way is all trees around. The 0-1 from Hodges, breaking ball upstairs on Norris.
And Norris is a newer guy. He comes from Penn State, third team All-Big Ten on the season, led the team with 42 runs and also a team-leading slugging percentage of .538.
The 1-1, breaking ball in for a strike on the outer part of the plate to find Black. Now a 1-2, he's ahead in Hodges. And Norris has only had 3 at-bats. He's 1 for 3, sporting a nice .333 batting average. Hodges toes the rubber, comes home. Breaking ball fouled off by Norris early on it on the 70-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch.
Yeah, that is a great pitch there by Hodges, and that was so important to him. Now, him find that curveball and now being able to use it, because now he can go 91 with the fastball up, or he can just drop that back curveball back low.
1-2, fastball upstairs.
Now, even though that misses, that is a good miss there because he's gone with the off-speed the last 2 pitches, and then he changes the eye level, goes back up to the top of the zone with the 2-2, or with the 1-2. 2-2 the count. Now he could go anywhere and do whichever pitch he wants at any spot.
2-2. Breaking ball low in the dirt. Now 3-2. Tuitt was able to get 1 so far here in the bottom of the first. That's where we stand. After it was a walk that Wills worked to bring in Matheson. Now the payoff pitch with bases loaded. That's a strike 3, got him looking. Norris doesn't even budge. Hodges, after allowing the first 3 to play, only allows 1 to come across. Cotuit leading 1-0. We're going to the second.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Mr. Know-It-All. Let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevators. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen.
Hell, Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you in a club with?
All about it. Hell, Mama.
Hodges was able to work out of the jam there, only allowing one to play on the walk of Wills. Cameron Hill comes back out for another inning of work for Cotuit. Guys, big showing there from Hodges to be able to work out of that jam.
Yeah, further damage averted for sure. And now, that's even though the one run came across, it was only one. It could have been way worse. We saw them score 6 in the top of the third on the 29th. I've alluded to that a few times now. And now that it's only a one-run game, now you bring up 4, 5, 6 in Kelly, Earhart, and Hainline. All three have been seeing the ball really, really well over the last 5, 7 games. So you put the trust in them now up against a tough guy in Hill, but you put the trust out there because they are some really good hitters. Let's see how they fare this inning.
Hill comes home on Kelly. Pitch misses above Kelly's head. 1-0.
And why it's so important to be scoring those runs early is because you have a guy like Cam Hill on the mound. You give him the lead, there's for most other teams, there isn't much of a chance to come back.
1-0 off the plate, 2-0 onto the outer part. Taking a piece of the chalk on the outer part with it.
Oh, this is a characteristic of this team. They fight. They never go down without a fight here. So
2-0, big swing and a miss. Foul tip back into the glove of Loma Vida.
And something that will be so important as the game goes on, as they continue to face Cam Hill, is seeing pitches, seeing what his repertoire looks like, seeing every single pitch and be able to identify it.
2-1 kick, fires in for strike, evening the count at 2 apiece. And talk about Cam Hill, only has allowed 3 hits so far through 15 in 2/3 innings pitched. Like, this guy is next level. As the 2-2 comes home, fouled back by Kelly to keep his at-bat alive.
Yeah, and you can tell he's tough on lefties. You know, he has, a true almost looking slider and also like a slurve action, has a different movement to it. So he's got to be very tough on lefties.
2-2. Breaking ball, they say he went. He'll go down swinging as Austin Kelly is recorded on the strikeout for the first out here of the second. Cotuit leading 1-0 here in the top of the second.
Yeah, that's one of those pitches that you just talked about, Nico. That's got to be impossible for a lefty to touch as it starts close towards the top of the zone and then just disappears off. And for Kelly, there's just nothing you can do there.
Zach Earhart, the right fielder, settles in for the first pitch of his at-bat. Grounded off over to Petre. Gloves it, misplayed it on the transition. Tried to just take the glove and scoop it up with the glove on the slow roller over to shortstop that knotted up in the grass. Can't get it up to his hand. Tried to flip it to himself. Can't get there in time as Earhart will be able to get on base.
Earhart wasted no time there going after that first pitch fastball that we've seen from Cam Hill and just trying to get ahead early. So Earhart using that aggression against him and going right after that first pitch.
They'll rule it an error on Petre to get Earhart aboard. He'll check back. Earhart to first before pitch can be thrown to Elijah Hainline. Talked about had been in that 2-hole for much of his appearances as the 0-0 pitch. Mitch is upstairs and outside 1-0, but with John Gazdar's speed, you will move him up a little bit and drop Hainline down to almost have your 4 segments of the lineup. Smith takes a breath. Pitches inside, backing off Hainline. Now 2-0.
Yeah, it's almost tough with John as well as Hainline here because they both get into deep counts and see the ball well. So they both, qualified 2 holes, but, that 2 and that 6 spot are pretty equals.
2-0. Hill looks over to Earhart. Pitch comes home. Out in front of it is Hainline, swinging and missing.
That changeup right there was nasty. You know, he comes 92 from that left side and then just drops a changeup right in that same tunnel. That is a tough pitch to lay off if you're Hainline.
2-1 from Hill, set to come. He kicks and fires, popped up foul and out of play over by the grandstands down the first base side where Hyannis is positioned in that dugout with Cotuit over in the third base dugout.
Yeah, backs up that arm side changeup with an arm side run fastball right there. Just keeps it in that same tunnel. You can tell Hainline was waiting back on it and just caught a piece of it at the end.
2-2 from Hill. Looks over. We'll check back Earhart, who comes in standing to first base. So far, Hill has tried to keep Earhart close over there, knowing the speed Zach has. So 2-2 comes home. It's a swing and a miss from Hainline for the second out here of the second.
Reaches back, gets 93 there. Fastball low and away. Great pitch again by Cam Hill right there. He just seems to be getting ahead of these hitters early, and then obviously he has the repertoire to put them away.
Now that brings up Brody Jonay, the catcher. Tonight with a runner on in Earhart. He'll pitch his home. That one's lined off over to Norris. He'll flip over to Petre to step on the bag at second. Jonay will reach on the fielder's choice, but be left stranded. We go to the bottom of the second. Cotuit still leading Hyannis 1-0.
Diet Coke? Who are you, my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Walking back to Lowell Park as Cotuit leads 1-0 here in the Battle of Barnstable. We push on to the bottom of the second alongside Michael Kirsting, Nico Sharp. I'm Jacob Irons. Bria Losick patrolling the sidelines down for us. Guys, Hyannis and Cam Hill haven't been able to get off to the start they would have liked.
Yeah, no doubt, but you see it because, he works both sides of the plate, works different velocities. He's the repetition of his pitches, he's been consistent. It's going to be tough, but I like the fact that we're working deeper in accounts, forcing him to show his off speeds. If it was up to Cam Hill, they would swing first pitch fastball and he could just save those sliders for later in the game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it. The Jacob Irons approach proved well with Zach Earhart, but because of how good a pitcher Hill is, we see the different types of sliders, as we just talked about off air, the get me over, and then the one that really does disappear back foot. Nico was mentioning that. He doesn't give these Hyannis Harbor Hawks the opportunity to go attack early because of the quality of all of his pitches. And being able to mix those kinds of pitches in the correct way, it provides real upside. And this is a guy in Cam Hill that really has to be getting some stock in and impressing quite a few of the scouts that are on the show every day watching him.
Hodges settles on for his second inning of work. He'll face 8, 9, and 1 with Josh Pine, the designated hitter, to lead things off here in the bottom of the second. Hodges pitches in for strike.
Now, that's a good thing for Hodges, though. He's out of that first inning. Always talk about how tough it is for pitchers.
0-1 breaking ball in at 73 miles an hour for strike. 0-2.
Have you ever felt that, Nico? Did you start a few games, or were you more of a relief guy after this?
0-2 is popped up into foul territory. Kelly will give chase over by the wall, but it finds itself into the trees.
Yeah, I actually did a little bit of both. I started some games while coming out of the bullpen and others. So yeah, it's definitely a different warm-up pattern. A completely different.
0-2, breaking ball, gets by the glove of Hodges and trying to fire in time. Won't be there as Gazdar, the shortstop, ranged over a ball that went directly up the middle. Gloved it in time, but Pine's speed was able to get him down for single to first.
So, Nico, did you ever find that the first inning in your starts was tougher to get out of? I hear that for most pitchers. Could you concur with that?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you're still trying to find your rhythm and everything, and sometimes it just takes that first inning to really find, you know, different mounds are so different everywhere you go.
0-0 pitch to Teo Banks. In for strike above the knees on the lower part of the zone, 0-1. Hodges nods as that pitches from Donay. Hodges fires home. Broken bat's going to be a nubbler that's going to get dropped in front of Taylor in shallow center field. He'll come in running. It's station to station for Pine, who moves to second, and Banks gets on with a single.
You know, that's just a tough break if you're Hodges. You know, those are two pitches that are not very hardly hit. You know, it was that soft pitch the soft hit that just got under his glove, and that one just a jam shot falls right over the shortstop's head. That's a tough break for Hodges.
Yeah, I mean, it sounded like the bat may have even gotten a bit shattered there, and it's just, again, credit to Cotuit because they're just finding them where they're not, and that's what makes them such a good team.
0-1 back to the top of the lineup in Carter Matheson. Breaking ball. That one's popped up into center field. Taylor positioning himself under it, calls off Mitchell, and no movement from Pine or Banks. They stay at their respective bases.
And Cotuit seems to be attacking early on the offensive side. You know, we're into the fourth hitter of the inning, and I feel like he's only thrown 4 or 5 pitches. You know, I mean, they're attacking early, and they're not afraid to have those one-pitch outs because they're afraid. They know that they want to do damage early.
Ryan Galaney settles into the box. Third baseman last time he was up, worked a walk against Hodges. 0-0 pitch. In for a strike at 89 miles an hour. And that was something we didn't see early on in that bottom of the first, was that fastball. It somewhat came out later after that coach Luxus was able to come out on the mound as the 0-1 pitch bounces in front of the dirt. Donay keeps it in front of him. Mask comes off, retreating back to second is Pine.
Yeah, he seemed to be working to find that release point on that fastball, and then now that he's found it, and now he can work that curveball that he found early, now having both pitches, it'll be dangerous for the Cotuit hitters.
Hodges settles on the rubber. The 1-1 comes home. That one's drilled into right field. Dropping will be Earhart. They'll be able to send in Pine easily. They'll send in Banks as well. Gearing for 3 and coming in sliding. Not on the tag as the throw was in there in time is Galaney. It's a sliding triple, bringing in 2. Cotuit now takes a 3-0 lead.
Wow, that was a shot, wasn't it? Great use of his hand, just inside-out swing, just shot it down the first base line and got a sliding triple. Close play there at third base. Very, very close play there. I thought Cam Smith could have possibly had him, but a great athletic slide there by Galaney.
Now Mathis will foul tip the first pitch he sees out in front of it on the 75-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch from Hodges, 0-1. Once again, Earhart showing off his arm over in right field to make it what seemed not going to be a close play. As the bunt shown pulled back, now a 1-1 on Mathis.
Yeah, he must have just gotten his hand in there. That's the only way because it looked really close, and Smith came up and showed that glove. That's what you normally see when they think they get the out.
1-1 breaking ball launched into left field. Mitchell dropping back, and that thing's out of here. Cole Mathis launches a 2-run shot over the left field fence as Mitchell watched it fly out. They've now responded for 4 here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, Hodges just left that pitch a little bit up for Mathis to be able to get his hands extended, caught it out in front, and just hit a line drive, hit the ball hard, just caught the ball up front, hanging up in the zone.
Yeah, and that's the danger of throwing that curveball is that when a hitter like Mathis can sit on it, knows when it's coming, he can punish it. That's exactly what he did.
Million Petre, the shortstop, foul that one directly into our crowd, Mike.
Ow.
As Hodges will step off the mound for a quick second. Petre struck out looking to get the first out of the first. As the 0-1, breaking ball upstairs by the eyes, now 1-1 on Petre.
Yeah, Hodges just needs to bear down here. Still early in the game. We've been behind before we can do it.
Breaking ball, 1-1 upstairs. Now 2-1. Cotuit leading 5-0 here in the bottom of the second. With their cleanup hitter, Emilian Petre, the shortstop, up to bat. 2-1. Comes home, fouled off, out of play, down by the third base grandstands, up by the concession stand.
Yeah, it's going to be very important here for Hodges to really bear down, lock in here. Harbor Hawks have worked from behind before. You know, this is no stranger to them.
2-1, kicks, fires, breaking ball, grounded off over to Hainline. That one's throw in time from Hainline to Kelly to get the second out of this bottom of the second.
Yeah, that's a big out there. Just want to go back to a point that I made last inning about throwing pitches that these guys can hit in 3-ball counts so you don't walk home a runner. This is exactly why you can't do that. This is a lineup that's built with contact hitters.
Loma Vito looks at the 0-0 and rips one right up the middle and out of the diving Hainline's reach as he'll come on with a single. Loma Vito will. Hainline diving off to his right side. Couldn't get there as that one's lined directly back up the middle.
And there it is again. You just can't give him anything because now that's 5 hits this inning. 3 singles, the triple, and the home runs. So this is why you have to be so careful with the lineup, and they're going to punish you on just one mistake.
Brock Wills, the left fielder, settles in. Hodges fires home, breaking ball at 72 upstairs. Once around the helmet is that's where he's been missing upstairs in that top of that zone. If he does miss, it's the 1-0 from Hodges. We'll take a look back over at Loma Vita, who dances over at first base. Pitch comes outside and away on the 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah, it's a great point. You know, that's one of the things that I've been noticing is a lot of stuff is left up in the zone. Even that base hit by Loma Vita, you know, he just caught that ball up front, up in the zone to be able to drive it, hit it hard for a single.
2-0 from Hodges. In for strike. Working the inner part of the strike zone. Move the count to 2-1. Now Wills will use a plate disengagement here to readjust his gloves. Part of the pitch clock system instituted here in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Hodges 2-1 is ripped foul and over the bathrooms and concession stand. Evening the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, it's gonna be very important on the other side for the Harbor Hawks, for the offensive side, to know, we've been here before. We've been down runs, and we're no stranger to it, and we're no strangers to coming back either and chipping away.
2-2 from Hodges. Breaking ball, outer part of the plate. Now a full count here. I have to imagine Loma Vita will be set in motion. Full count, 2 away here with a runner on in Loma Vita at first base. Wills, who worked a walk last time, looks at the payoff pitch line, and that will drop in front of Mitchell. He'll fire in, trying to make it a play at third. Gloving it will be Smith, but coming in standing is Loma Vita with runners on the corners now to bring up the 8th batter of this bottom of the second.
Yeah, with Loma Vita moving right there, it's not much of a chance to get him there at third base. Showing good speed right there and, going on the pitch, and then as soon as contact was made, he was already rounding second base. So not really much of a chance there to bring it to first and third.
Grant Norris, the second baseman, settles into the box. Hodges breaking ball upstairs and away at 82 miles an hour for his first pitch on Norris. Went down looking to end the first as that one's popped up and out of play.
And so far, I think this inning, his off speed he hasn't thrown that off speed for a strike as often as that first thing. So I think that's why they're attacking that fastball so early in the count.
1-1 pitch from Hodges with runners on the corner. Come home. In for strike on the inner part of the zone on the righty Norris.
It's a great pitch. Just put it on the hands, kind of buckled him a little bit. I think he was expecting a little that slow curveball right there, and it just buckled him a little bit.
1-2, runner is set in motion. Hodges will come off. Stealing the bag will be Wills. He was already running, and Hodges was just looking at him, but takes his disengagement. Now 2 in scoring position on the stolen base. Now the 1-2, swing and a miss. Sends Norris down swinging. However, Cotuit answers for 4 more. They lead 5-0 going to the third.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own. You turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. How good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
Be a bad mother.
5-0, the Kettleers lead over the Harbor Hawks. Thank you for starting your weekend off with us on this Friday early evening. Maybe you're enjoying a little bit of dinner, listening to the radio broadcast. Michael Kirsting, Nico Sharp, Jacob Irons here with you as Cotuit's offense showing dominance. Now it's time for Hyannis to try and pick up here a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think they need to take a little bit off Cotuit's book, being aggressive, but also being patient. They're being aggressive on early in the counts, but it's when Hyannis has made a mistake. They're not being too aggressive, not trying to overswing, but it's going to be important here. We're in the third inning. We can chip away. 5-run game, chip away. 1 run at a time. Really get it to the next guy, right? Just single on single and really manufacture runs here.
A lot of baseball still to be played here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks Baseball Network. Will Taylor settles in to face Cam Hill for the first time as his pitch misses outside 1-0. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Harbor Hawks. Will Taylor, the center field, will look at the kicking, firing pitch of Hill. He'll swing and miss, even in the count at 1-1.
It's so hard for these guys to be able to swing early and often because of how Hill mixes his pitches early in the count. He mixes different types of pitches as well as different types of locations to the utmost of perfection.
1-1, popped up over to the left side of the infield. Galaney positions under in foul territory by the coach's box to get the first out here in the top of the third.
Yeah, Cam Hill went all fastballs there, and he's sticking to it. He's attacking early with fastballs, especially in going through the order the first time. He's trying to only show his fastball. If you can show that fastball and you can allow it to work and then keep those off-speed pitches for later in the game so the hitters haven't seen it, it's dangerous.
Eric Snow looks at a pitch from Hill off the plate, 1-0. Hill talked about it in the pregame interview about the team chemistry they were building yesterday over at the Beachcomber on the scheduled off day as the 1-0 comes from Hill and popped up to the right side of the infield. Dropping back will be Norris into shallow right to make the grab. 2 away.
Yeah, I really need to start trying to see pitches here and trying to maybe even just raise his pitch count a little bit. See something here, work off speed. They just gotta get deeper in the counts here. It just seems like we're chasing a little bit and just getting out in front.
Hill's pitch to Mitchell misses 1-0 as now that will be his 28th pitch. So He has been working efficient. Hill has on the bump for the Kettleers. The 1-0 to Mitchell. Big swing and a miss on the foul tip back into the glove of Loma Vida.
Yeah, and that was his highest velocity I've seen today, 94. Hit 94 right there. Really reached back and maybe starting to get in a little groove here.
Hill shakes off a couple pitches, 1-1. Just off the plate, 2-1. To Mitchell, who popped up over to Petre back in the first. Two-1. Misses high upstairs at 95 miles an hour this time with a 3-1 count. It sometimes seizes, goes up in a velocity, loses a little bit more of that command. Three run to come to Mitchell. That one's lined out of the reach and directly back up the middle by Norris for Nick Mitchell. He can now say something that not many can say against Cam Smith. They've gotten a hit. Now that's only his fourth recorded pitch hit against him so far this season.
Yeah, that 1-1 pitch that he laid off was such a tough lay, and that's not one that the other guys have been laying off, and that pitch set the tone for the rest of the at-bat, and on that 3-1 sent it right back up the middle. Great at-bat from Mitchell.
John Gazdar will pop that one and fly it over to right field with Banks positioning under it. He makes the grab, leaving Mitchell on after the single. We go to the bottom of the third. Cotuit leading 5-0.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevators. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen.
Hell, Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you in a club with?
All about it. Hell, Mama.
Welcome you back here to Lowell Park. Bradley Hodges vacates and now brings in William Armistead out of Southern Mississippi. Comes in after appearing only in one game, sporting a 27 ERA, but once again, small sample size there.
Yeah, only showing 2 innings right there, exactly what you said. It's a small showing, even with a 27 ERA. It's a small showing. He only had 1 appearance, first showing there on the Cape. Really excited to see him back out here and try to eat some innings up.
And it's funny that you say that this is a high leverage situation, but you're already down 5 runs. You need to sustain that. Make sure it gets no worse up against a lineup that has shown and that it has passed every test with flying colors. The same 3 leading off this inning that did the last inning. They sent 9 hitters to the plate. So now this is the time for Armistead to be able to show in a very big situation here that he can do it too.
Looking to do it as well as he'll see the same batters as they were able to bat around in that second inning. Cotuit was. It will be Pine, Banks, and Matheson. 8, 9, and 1 for Cotuit to lead things off in the bottom of the third. They've scored a run in the first, and then they scored 4 in the second so far. That's how we stand here, 5-0 in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, it's going to be important to know that, he's got to know that he can't just get that first pitch fastball for a strike. Cotuit will be aggressive and swing on that first pitch.
Armistead's sidearm delivery, first pitch is in for a strike on Pine. Pine is able to single off of Hodges back in the second. 0-1 from Armistead. Pitch runs high above the lettering on the Cape Cod red jersey. Armistead delivers the 1-1. Misses on the outer part of the plate, 2-1.
Armistead kind of has that a funky little arm slot right there coming from the side a little bit. So when he throws that slider, it's kind of like that sweeping slider frisbee style.
2-1. Breaking ball inside. Now 3-1 on Pine.
Yeah, threw an off speed there on 3-0. You know, that's back-to-back guys we've seen be comfortable, real comfortable with that off speed.
3-1 delivery from Armistead to Pine. Fouled back. Loading the count full.
Yeah, you talked about that arm slot. That should be getting these hitters a bit offline now because it was a traditional arm slot with Hodges out of the lefty, and now they bring in a righty with a nearly sidearm delivery. So,
payoff pitch to come home. It's a swing and a miss out in front of it at 86 miles an hour as Pine goes down swinging.
Yeah, it's a great pitch. Just put it right on the hands. You know, just couldn't get that barrel out in front, and just like you mentioned, just missed it. A great pitch there.
Now Teo Banks, a 9-hole hitter, comes in singling back in the second. Armistead kicks and fires for the righty-on-righty matchup. Missing high, 1-0. The 1-0 outside into the other batter's box.
Yeah.
2-0.
Armistead's going to want to get ahead of these hitters here, especially the way they've been seeing the ball so far. You're not going to want to have to feed them one just to get it over. You're going to want to get ahead of these hitters.
2-0 from Hodges. They'll check down on the appeal to Mark Rowan, the first base umpire, and says Banks did not go around. It's a 3-0 count.
Yeah, with the way they've been swinging it, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if all these guys don't have a green light today.
Armistead deals a 3-0. Pitch misses low below the knees of Banks. He works a walk. Now you go back to the top of the lineup for the Kettleers in Matheson, who started the game off with a double and then flew out to Taylor in the second. Nothing pitch. Inside on Matheson, 1-0. Armistead fires home, in for strike, now 1-1. Uno's wild here with Banks on first. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Find ourselves in the bottom of the third. With Armistead dealing the pitch, chopped back off to Gazdar, standing on second base, in time for the double play. Turn 2 to work out of the bottom of the third. First inning, Cotuit hasn't able to bring one across. They're leading 5-0 still.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold.
Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Retirement strategies come in all shapes and sizes. One strategy does not fit all when it comes to reaching your retirement goals. And considering all your options may be, well, more than you want to think about. So whether you're looking to retire or already living in retirement, you need a strategy tailor-made for you.
Fairway Financial can create a personal retirement strategy just for you, designed to take care of you and your loved ones. Call us today at 508-398-3337.
We move on to the fourth now after the stellar double play from John Gazdar, keeping it himself, tagging on second, firing off over to Kelly in time to turn 2 to get the Harbor Hawks out of the bottom of the third without allowing a run. Cotuit still leading 5-0 here. Got to try and elongate some at-bats to try and work into Hill's pitch count.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you said it right there. Just work counts. See some pitches late, you know, and just keep your pitcher in the dugout for a little bit. Give the defense some rest. Start working some good ABs. Make Cam Hill show all of his repertoire and really get ahead in the counts.
Now I'll have Cam Smith, the 10th leading batting average leader. Coming into today's game, looks at a pitch low below the knees. He stands in with a 286 batting average. The 1-0 from Hills, kicks and fires at 92 miles an hour. Smith was swinging and fanned out.
And we were already seeing it through the second time in the lineup. Cam Hill has seemed to switch his model there, going off-speed first pitch and then backing up with the fastball.
1-1 kicked, fired below the knees of the lengthy Smith. 2-1.
Yeah, good hitters count here for Cam Smith. Haven't seen that too often here for the Harbor Hawks, getting hitters counts because Cam Hill has been working ahead so far in this game.
2-1 plateward as that one's chopped off over to Galaney. Steps and fires to Mathis in time for the 5-3 putout.
Yeah, Cam Smith hit the ball hard. Just it's got a little choppy there right there. I mean, good swing, hitters count. That's a swing you want to put on it. Just right to the third baseman right there.
That's about the hardest contact we've seen all day, too, from Harbor Hawks hitters. So speaks volumes about how Hill has been pitching.
Austin Kelly, the cleanup hitter, backed off the plate with a pitch that runs inside from Hill. 1-0.
Yeah, went up and in with a high velocity fastball right there. Right in on the hands of Kelly.
1-0. Upstairs now 2-0.
And his fastball, you can tell, I don't know if he gets around it sometimes, but his fastball also has that cutting movement that works late.
2-0. Breaking ball at 79 miles an hour to come into the black for 2-1 count.
That's unfair, going from 94 all the way back down to 79. It's just, come on.
2-1 to Kelly. Is in for strike just above the knees. Now 2-2 the count with one away here in the top of the fourth. Hill shakes off a pitch, kicks, fires home. Big swing and a miss from Austin Kelly. He goes back to the dugout, recording the second out here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if that was kind of a fake shake-off. You know, the catcher just giving a little shake-off sign and just get in the hitter's mind, you know. You've seen a couple 94-mile-per-hour fastballs. You saw one off-speed there, so wouldn't be surprised if that was just a fake and then high fastball right there.
I think that's what Hill wanted, was that high fastball, and you audibly heard him give a little bit of a grunt. He really reared back and really chucked that one home.
Zach Earhart, the right fielder, looks at a pitch in the dirt, spiking it behind after it got by the plate. Loma Vida keeping it in front of him. Earhart reached on the error by Petre. It's the 1-0 down the heart of the plate at 93 miles an hour. 1-1. Talk about an MLB ready kid right now.
Yeah.
This is Cam Hill as the 1-1 misses inside. Now 2-1.
Yeah, just a guy pitching with confidence, working both sides of the plate so well so far in this game.
2-1, breaking ball at 74 miles an hour. Can't get it back into the zone. Moving the count 3-1.
Yeah, off-speed backed up on him a little bit, but when he's behind the counts, he's not necessarily always throwing a fastball right there. He can throw that breaking ball in late in the counts.
3-1, fires home. Earhart looks at a pitch that runs inside on him. He's now on base for the second time today with a walk.
Yeah, try to fool him right there. You know, 3-1. He was hoping he's going to be a little trigger happy and try to catch a fastball, and he broke that slider back foot. And a great take there by Earhart to get on for the second time today.
Hainline, who struck out back in the second, now comes on with a runner on as he swings and misses at the breaking ball low below his knees at 79 miles an hour.
We've barely seen Hill work out of the stretch today, so maybe working these at-bats here with the runners on will get Hill out of his rhythm here.
0-1. Breaking ball outside, evening the count at 1 apiece. Earhart stands at first. Takes 3 steps off to his right side. Hill toes the rubber, fires home. Running inside on Hainline, 2-1.
Another hitter's count here for Hainline. You know, again, we haven't seen it that much this game, so we got to try to really get ahead. And once we're ahead, try to make him pay.
2-1 brought home. That's going to be lined right and by the gap between Galaney and Petre on the left side of the infield. Touching the dirt, no movement from Earhart as he just moves over to second base. And Hainline works a single.
It's a great swing there by Hainline. We spoke about it. When you're ahead in the counts and you're in hitters' counts, you know he has to come to you a little bit there. And as good as Cam Hill's been, hasn't made very many mistakes this game. But he did leave it up in the zone right there for Hainline to drive into the gap.
And it seems like these Harbor Hawks hitters like that upper quadrant of the strike zone there, and it's almost like he knew it was coming right on it. Good at bat and good hit from Hainline.
0-0 pitch. Breaking ball at 76 miles an hour finds the strike zone of Brody Donay, the catcher.
And this is big here because Brody has been hitting decent, almost 290 coming into today off of left-handed pitching.
0-1, runner set in motion. The throw will be down to second. They'll get him in time. Loma Vida tosses a dart down to the stealing Hainline to second base as Petre applied the tag. We go to the bottom of the fourth. Cotuit leading 5-0.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Welcome you to the bottom of the fourth. Cotuit leading 5-0 after in that spot. Hainline was caught stealing by Loma Vida down to Petre. Donay now finally out there to get his warm-up pitches now on Armistead, who looked really good. Saw the minimum in that bottom of the third.
Yeah, just had that one batter where he lost his command a little bit, but then you saw he dialed back in immediately and got that huge double play, and try to, minimize his pitch count to try to work deep into this game.
He'll now see 2, 3, and 4 due up here in the bottom of the fourth from Lowell Park in Cotuit, Massachusetts. It's Cape Cod baseball starting your weekend off here on a Friday early evening. 0-0 pitch to Armistead as that one's flown into center field. Calling off Taylor will be Mitchell, positioning himself under it in left center field to call out Galaney.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out. That's how you conserve your pitch count right there. We saw it again, as you guys mentioned, with the double play, getting 2 outs on 1 pitch and giving him something to hit, but with a little bit of speed, a little bit of movement on it as well, and on the hands there. It's a good pitch from Armistead and a good way to start off the inning.
Mathis, who homered off Hodges in the second, looks at the 0-0 pitch, fouled back into the screen behind home plate. Armistead out in front of it. 0-1. Armistead shakes off a couple pitches. Deals below the knees on Mathis. Now 1-1.
Froze Mathis there for just a half a second. Ran that fastball in on the hands, first strike, and then threw that frisbee for the next pitch.
1-1, lined over to Smith, gloves it, takes 2 hops over at third base, and fires in time to Kelly at first. 2 retired here in the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, despite that bit of hard contact, not too hard, it's right at Cam Smith, has him a bit out in front. So once again, that's good work there, just attacking him early in the count, and making sure that that's hard contact straight to one of his infielders.
Millian Petre will look at a 0-0 pitch that misses outside. 1-0 from Armistead. This is this guy's of the Cotuit lineup first time seeing Armistead as the 1-0. coming right at belt level against Petrie for strike, 1-1.
Yeah, Armistead's definitely been able to get in his groove a little bit, getting in a rhythm here.
1-1. Outside, skipping in the dirt, even beyond the other's batter's box, now 2-1.
You know, he's getting in the rhythm, he's working quickly, he's being efficient, he's throwing strikes. You can tell he's starting to get in his little rhythm here as he goes along.
2-1 delivery, swung on and missed by Petrie. The count evens at 2 apiece.
Twos are hot. Twos are hot here. 2-2 and 2.
And 2 away. Pitch comes home. Foul back into the netting. We'll do it again at 2-2.
So what does your guys' schools do on two? Do they do anything for 2 and 2 and 2? You know, we used to have like rub the hat, or some people have the bills turned over. Have you guys noticed anything for you guys?
Not me.
The 2-2 delivery, breaking ball at 79 miles an hour. Motions out of the zone, now 3-2. I don't think Notre Dame has anything, but
I'll be bringing it back
once
to
again,
College Park,
I haven't.
that's for sure.
I'll have to be looking for it a little bit better as the payoff pitch comes. Flied into left field. Mitchell positions under, about a step away from the wall, and gets it for the third out. Cotuit goes down 1-2-3, and we move on to the 5th.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile? Yep.
T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen.
Hell, Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you on a club with?
All about it. Hell, Mama.
Welcome you back to Lowell Park. 5-0 Cotuit leads. Already in the 5th inning. Knock on wood there if you're keeping track of time at home. Cam Hill, why wouldn't he be out for another inning of work? He is. He's going to try and go through Brody Donay, Will Taylor, and Eric Snow. 7, 8, and 9 due up here for the Harbor Hawks to lead things off in the top of the 5th.
Yeah, not only has Cam Hill been able to keep zeros all across the board, he's doing it efficiently, keeping that pitch count down, you know, going right after hitters, you know, not wasting any pitches and just really going at them, keeping the pitch count low.
Keeping the pitch count low indeed. And that's also working on the other side for Armistead, as we've seen 2 1-2-3 innings, and that's what you got to like out of him is he's only pitched 24 pitches so far.
Yeah, that was a really good and necessary scoreless inning from Armistead. So that hands this back over to the bottom of the lineup.
As Donay fouls that one directly over the press box here at Lowell Park. 0-1 Donay behind in the count. Cam Hill out of Georgia Tech sets and fires the 0-1. Big swing and miss from Donay. He's behind 0-2.
That was a big swing there by Donay. He wanted that fastball out in front, just missed it. But a huge swing that if Donay connects on that ball is going a long ways.
0-2 plateward, fouled off. Back into the trees behind us. It's positioned off down the first base side behind home plate. 0-2.
That is 4 straight fastballs in this AB. Interested to see where he goes, if he goes off speed or if he tries to raise that fastball.
0-2 breaking ball at 81 miles an hour. Gets Donay swinging and missing.
Yeah, just threw consecutive fastball after fastball after fastball. We knew at some point he was going to pull the string right there. And there it was, and Donay just swung right over it. A great 0-2 pitch there by Cam Hill.
Now Will Taylor, the center fielder out of Clemson, settles to go for his second meeting against Hill today. Pitch on Taylor, misses low below the knees. 1-0.
I like Will Taylor being a little lower in this lineup. A contact guy, good speed. Again, we talked about it with Hainline being in the 6. It just really...
1-0 misses off the plate. Now 2-0.
Yeah, it really balances the lineup out a little bit, putting a guy who can do some damage with the bat in his hand, with the contact at any point in the lineup.
The 2-0 from Hill. Darts back into the zone on the breaking ball at 12-6 movement. Comes in at 79 miles an hour.
Yeah, having guys that can produce lower in the lineup as well is so important to set up for the top of the lineup.
2-1. In for strike just above the knees. Fastball Hill went to there at 93, even in the count at 2 apiece. Taylor taps the plate. Hill kicks and fires low below the knees on the off speed. 3-2.
You know, as the game's gone on and Cam Hill obviously in the groove here, I'm surprised we haven't tried to lay down a bunt and make him come off the mound a little bit, make him work for it.
Payoff pitch. Taylor rips it foul down the third base line.
You know, with the new rules, you can't just step off, or you can't come out of the box and just kind of take your time and throw the pitcher off that way. You know, with all these new rules, you got to manufacture ways.
Payoff pitch to come again. Taylor flies that one into shallow center as Matheson comes on, calling off Banks in the right center shallow area to get the second out.
Yeah, that one just hung up. It didn't seem too hard of contact, but sometimes you see those fall. Unfortunately for Taylor, not this one, as it was a nice play, too, from Matheson. Had to cover some distance to get it there.
Now Eric Snow steps into the box as Hill throws a 92-mile-an-hour fastball missing, 1-0.
Yeah, just missed a little arm side there. And Hyannis being able to be patient and work into their counts here.
1-0, breaking ball upstairs. 2-0 for Eric Snow, the designated hitter today. Popped up to Petre behind second base. Now the 2-0 misses, 3-0 as Loma Vida couldn't glove it there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we take here, you know, just to make him throw a few more pitches, you know, just try to get his pitch kind of a little up there.
3-0 to come from Hill. In for strike down Main Street at 92 miles an hour.
Yeah, not a bad idea there. Just make him throw a few more pitches, make him show a few more pitches as well.
3-1, lined foul over by the fencing down the first base line.
We've seen Snow utilize this right side a little bit this season, and he's done it so well. He was trying to do that there, knew what the pitch was there, seemed in control, but just couldn't keep it inside the lines.
As Nicholas Mull, a home plate umpire, will ask for a pause as the ball still is looking to be picked up by Drew Earhart, the first base coach of the Harbor Hawks. The payoff pitch to come from Hill, breaking ball upstairs, and Snow is able to work a walk with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
It's a great take, you know, 3-2, a high fastball coming at 94 miles per hour. Those high fastballs, man, you know, you look up and that ball just looks like a beach ball. You know, you feel like you can just put that ball over center field. You know, it just looks like it's right in your zone. And so that's a tough pitch to take right there.
Hey, that gets me in MLB The Show all the time. As Nick Mitchell settles in for his third plate appearance. The 0-0 pitch from Hill is lined foul down the right field line.
Yeah, I was going to say about that at bat, it was so great because now that brings up the top of the order. And Nick Mitchell is a guy who we talked about that great at bat where he got the hit off of Hill. It was an exhibition of an at bat, and you've got a few contact guys coming up after him that they can extend this inning, see more pitches from Hill, maybe just get him out of this game, see the back end of the bullpen.
0-1 to Mitchell, misses into the other batter's box, skimming the dirt, 1-1 as Bill now will have thrown 72 pitches so far on his outing here in the top of the 5th. 1-1 count, fouled away over the grandstands down the third base line. Both grandstands packed. Anywhere that you can pop a squat, they will be today.
Yeah, they sure are. All the way down the line, going to left field, wrapping around. People got their lawn chairs. People sitting right in front of the bullpens as well. You know, I mean, people are coming out to that in Cotuit.
Even down in right field where there isn't much where the Woods even work up against it. They've found some chairs, put out a lawn chair down there as the 1-2 now set to come from Mitchell. Flown into right field. Banks positions himself under it, doesn't even move. Takes 2 steps to his right side to retire Mitchell. Snow's left stranded at first. We go to the bottom of the 5th right here on the Hyannis Harborhawks Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why'd he sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
Walking back to Lowell Park. William Armistead back out for another inning of work. 5-0 Cotuit leads here. Still feels manageable with how much baseball's left to be played. So we're at the halfway point of this contest between the Kettleers and the Hyannis Harborhawks in the Battle of Barnstable. 2 teams positioned inside the town of Barnstable, one of the 2 villages. Here is a lot to play for in this series.
Absolutely, and it feels like we're in this game, but that is thanks to Armistead here. Really keeping us in the game, having those shutdown, lockdown innings after going down 5-0 early. Really having some shutdown innings to keep us in this ball game.
Yeah, hasn't allowed a hit yet, and he's letting the offense give themselves a chance.
Breaking ball misses upstairs, 1-0 on Caleb Lomavita, the catcher. Out of UCal Berkeley is the 1-0. Comes from Armistead, lined and will drop down in front of Mitchell in left field. That one soared over the head of Smith, who stuck up a glove. That one kept turning over and drops down fair in front of Mitchell. He gets on with a single.
Yeah, now we've only seen about 2 pitches from Armistead out of the stretch after the walk from Teo Banks, and he produced soft contact and a double play. So he's worked well in the little sample size we've seen from today. So let's see if he can do it again.
Brock Wills, the left fielder from UNC Wilmington. Looks at a 0-0 pitch and fouls it back into the fencing behind home plate.
Lomavita was going there, had a good jump off out of the stretch from Armistead. He had a good jump and just fouled it off right there.
Wills was able to steal second base back in the second after working on with a single. A 1 line directly and dropping into left center field. Taylor's able to get there quickly to hold Lomavita at second base. Back-to-back singles for the Kettleers here in the bottom of the 5th.
Will seeing the ball well today. Walking his first at bat and then single, back-to-back. And good contact there. Found some barrel. Good swing there by Wills. Working his hands. Slapped it there in the left center field.
And it's big. I always talk about the range of Will Taylor, being able to cut that ball off just before Lomavita is able to round second, keeping him just at second and not allowing runners on the corners.
Armistead deals the 0-0 pitch, bunted right back to him. They'll go to 3. Will it be in time? Yes, it is. A heads-up play from Armistead to come off the mound. A bunt that got knotted up in the grass before him. Doesn't even look to first. Goes right to Smith at the force play at third. Smith sticks out and able to make the grab.
You don't see that very often. Pitchers come off the mound, and especially with the way his momentum was carrying him, you expected him to go to first there. The coaches always tell you, go to first and just get the out. But that's a big play, a big decision from Armistead, and he got the out. Made it look really easy. That's not an easy play.
Armistead deals to Josh Pine as he fans on it. 0-1. Designated hitter had a single and came around to score in that second inning. Struck out in the third. Now with 2 on, Armistead trying to work out of it again. 0-1 breaking ball at 77 miles an hour misses.
And just back to that play on Armistead, very nice play. Just like you said, you don't see them go to third all the time, but it was hit right back at him. Was able to pivot, use his pivot foot, make a nice 360 throw on the money to Cam Smith.
1-1, hurled in on the sidearm positioning. Ooh. Now 1-2, fouled away.
Almost had a nice catch back there from a fan that just missed it, though.
Yeah, I got a lot of kids back here with gloves. They're ready to make plays out here, too.
They're ready to make plays. Beauty of Lowell Park, there's so much openness that you can move around. It has a true family atmosphere in Cotuit. 1-2 from Armistead, fouled away. Again, back into the same area. Kids giving chase to it. So they are booking it for that one. They're going all the way into the woods.
Yeah, they ran into the bushes there. That's a lot of heart out there by the kids.
That's a lot of heart.
Not only on the field here.
That's a lot of heart and a lot of poison ivy over there, Nico, that you might go home with.
Yeah, there were some small bushes, small trees in there, giving no regard for him.
1-2, Armistead skips it. Donay keeps it in front of him, 2-2.
But that has been the beauty of the Cape Cod Baseball League, right?
Yes.
You see kids out here with their gloves, and the families are here, young and old. Everyone's out here just all together with their lawn chairs in the seats. It has been amazing so far.
Armistead set to come for the 2-2 to Pine. Popped up to the left side. Foul, though, carrying over the grandstands. And that's the beauty of, we talk about it, the 100th year of the Cape Cod Baseball League. This has been a tradition when people have come to Cape Cod. You talked to many vacationers. When they come to Cape Cod on vacation, it's one of those bucket list items. You got to go to a Cape Cod Baseball League game because of not the talent, but also just the fun experience you will have no matter what ballpark you choose. 2-2 from Armistead. Sidearm, foul tipped. Keeping it at a 2-2 count.
And this park was right up there with one of the best. I love the wood bleachers, and it's also got just an overall nice homey feel to it.
Also, Pine has had a very quiet 8-pitch at bat coming here.
Yeah.
He has worked 4 foul balls in a row, just finding a way to make contact and work Armistead here.
2-2, fouled away. Donay will give chase to it, but that one will foul right behind us, skyrocketing off of the bricks. And now you talk about the 9th pitch of this at-bat from Pine, and he still hasn't even loaded it full. This is only a 2-2 count.
Yeah, this has been foul ball after foul ball after foul ball. Armistead going right at him, throwing the kitchen sink at this guy, and he just can't get rid of him.
9th pitch of this at-bat to come. Armistead fires home. Breaking ball. He wins the battle. Pine out in front of it on the 76-mile-an-hour breaker. Going left to right. And now the second out is retired.
Yeah, and on a righty, that's such a tough pitch because that starts on the outer half, and it doesn't look like it's going to be moving, but it does at the last second. A really good pitch from Armistead. No way he was losing that battle.
Teo Banks, the right fielder, who's been able to get on in both of his plate appearances, pops that one into center field. Taylor comes over, gives chase, positions under it right by the scoreboard to retire the third. Armistead works out of the jam after allowing the first 2 to get on via the single. We push on. We're going to the 6th. We might even have a special guest in the booth when we get back.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are, they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
When you play in New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, you turn to who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. How good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be?
You're a bad mother.
Cape Cod Healthcare is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Cape Cod Baseball League and shares a reminder that blood donated to Cape Cod Healthcare stays on Cape Cod. Help save lives of your friends, families, and neighbors. Learn more at capecodhealthcare.org/blood center. Cape Cod Healthcare, caring, commitment, community. We have a guest in the booth now, as it's producer Grant McNew who settles in for the 6th inning. He'll come on and be a special guest analyst, but also stepping in to the game will be Cam Schulk, number 41 out of Durham, Michigan, and the College of Central Florida, having appeared in 6 games already for the Kettleers.
Yeah, you know, and we've seen it time and time again where their bullpen comes in and shuts the door on teams so far. And after a beautiful outing by Cam Hill, you know, now we're showing a little bit different side now. Because if you look at Schulk here, very sub guy, comes really down south. So it's going to be tough to go from a straight up lefty to now coming down to a straight sub guy.
Yeah, Schulke really comes in at a good spot here so far today. When you ask about a relief pitcher, you want to be in the position that Hill was able to put him in. All right, Grant McNew, everybody. As we push on, bats will now become 11.
Am I allowed to talk now?
Yes.
I thought you were still doing your ad read. That's on me. That's on me.
Nope, no ad read there, buddy. That was all you, brother. As Gazdar settles in. Look at the first pitch from Schulke.
You know, you talked about his submarine there, and it's really a true submarine pitch. He's even dipping his head down. It's a tough thing to do.
1-0 here to come from Schulke as that one's popped up in the infield. Galaney calling off Schulke. A miscommunication between the two of them, and Schulke comes down with it. He stuck his glove up in the air, and the pitcher able to work a pop-up on the infield.
Pitchers are athletes too. Come on now, everyone knows that, right? But something that's going to be so hard is staying back, because those first 2 pitches, 68 and 67 miles per hour. Really have to keep your weight back.
0-0 pitch comes here to Cam Smith in for strike. His submarine with his head is messing me up, and I'm not even trying to hit. It is like directly over. He's got a crank neck as he comes over again. That one misses high, and great grab by Loma Vida to grab it upstairs on the top of the ladder to even the count at 1 apiece.
And look at how quick he loads up. Watch this, Nico.
1-1, loads quickly.
And that's what I want to talk about. You see that, 69 miles per hour. The pitch before was 82, and he's not throwing anything crazy speed-wise, except he's so slow. So when he throws that 80-mile-an-hour, it seems like it's coming at you so crazy fast.
2-1. Inside now at 3-1.
Wow, that off speed he got, it just seems like it's just floating in the air.
Yeah.
You know, when he comes down, like, you know, it's just coming, it's just kind of just floating in there. So he can actually really tunnel that fastball, that 80-mile-per-hour fastball right behind it, and it'll really speed up on the hitter.
3-1, down the heart of the plate, popped up to the same area. Galaney calling off Schulke by a mile this time, as Galaney's able to get it, as they share a look between each other. 2 retired here in the top of the 6th.
Yeah, you're seeing it so far. You know, this guy, he has hit over 70 miles per hour only twice, right? But you're seeing it. All of our guys are out front and coming from that weird angle, and that ball's kind of rising a little bit and just kind of floating. We're out front so far. Just got to go in the front of the box and just wait on it.
Austin Kelly will look at his first pitch as a strike from the submarining Schulke.
You know, you say that, Nico, but oftentimes as soon as one batter figures these guys out, it's really going to help your team ride out the pitches.
A 1 in for another strike. 0-2 as Kelly's behind in the count.
You got to figure it out, though.
That's right. You got to figure it out. But just like you said, you know, after a few batters get in, they'll tell the guys in the dugout what they're seeing.
0-2, 70 miles an hour, gets Kelly swinging and missing. That's that versatility we were talking about. Crazy pitching from Schulke moves us to the bottom of the 6th, and we send it now over to our favorite sideline reporter, Priya Losick.
Well, thank you so much, Jacob Irons. Glad to be here. For Zach Earhart, you know, he didn't have the best start to his Cape season, but for him it's all about mindset. He struggled a little bit in his first few games up on Cape, not getting a hit for a while, but then things really opened up for him on June 30th against Bourne. Finally got his first hit, went 1 for 1 on the day. And the next day in the dugout, he's talking to one of his teammates, and he goes, you know, I'm 1 for 1 up here since yesterday. And ever since then, he's had that exact same attitude and has gotten himself a 6-game on-base streak, including today. All right, back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Bria. As we move on here to the bottom of the 6th, and you talk about it, just that one hit can be able in that spot to really break free, and that's what you need. You talk about that big Bourne, Earhart really looking great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Nico, I don't mean to jump on you, but for the listeners at home, that's this many. 6. Go ahead.
Yeah, you said.
I don't even know where to go from that one, Nico.
All right, so I'm going to go back to what you said earlier.
Yeah,
you know,
let's go back.
Finding a way to scrap a hit, and even when, if you go through a span where you're not hitting the ball, you're not seeing the ball as well, it does just take that one hit to really flip the script and really start finding barrels right there.
Now, Armistead back out for another inning of work. He's been able to eat these middle innings really well so far for these Harbor Hawks to keep them in this game after allowing the first 5 runs to cross in the first and the second inning. Armistead has held them scoreless so far as we go to the bottom of the 6th here. That pitch misses from Armistead, 1-0.
Really accurate if the catcher's mitt is our crowd mic.
It has been getting a couple pitches thrown as Armistead's 1-0 against Matheson is chopped off the bottom of the bat. Even in the count at 1 apiece.
Whenever Armistead came into this game, this is what you were hoping for him to eat up some innings, keep his pitch count low, and really go right after these hitters and eat up some innings and keep zeros on the board.
1-1 breaking ball at 84 miles an hour comes back into the zone, but comes in too hard. As it misses 2-1.
Will the Thrill, you might remember this, Jacob and Nico, a few weeks back was posted on Twitter as college's random athlete.
2-1, misses away, 3-1 at 84 miles an hour. I do remember this.
Remember.
Yes.
It was awesome.
Grant McNew, big Twitter guy.
Yep.
You going to move the threads here soon?
Absolutely not. I stay true to who I am.
As a 3-1 now to come with the high leg kick, as Matheson will work on with the walk to lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, that's a good AB there. I mean, he did work a 5-pitch walk right there, but every pitch was close, just right outside the zone. So a good AB there, good patience by the hitter right there, and find a way on base.
Now Ryan Galaney, who had the sliding triple back in the 2nd, now comes to the box to face Armistead for his 2nd time. Pitch misses away. Donay pops up quickly. Matheson goes back into first diving.
Yeah, flew out to the left field in his last AB after coming off on the triple here. So he's seeing the ball well. Working pull side here so far is Mathis.
1-0. Finds the zone. 1-1 on Matheson, the center fielder. Armistead, we've talked about, this is only his 2nd appearance. Has a lot of room here on Cape Cod to be an implement as the 1-1 swung on and missed. Moved the count 1-2 on Ryan Galaney.
Yeah, 2 85-mile-an-hour pitches in a row, and both just got by the batter.
Also talking about the fastball, but then you can also add in that movement that he has on it as the 1-2 upstairs above the lettering. Donay pops up again. Saw it the past couple times. Cotuit and Hyannis have met, as Cotuit definitely was trigger happy on stealing bases. They come in with 36 on the year. As the 2-2s delivered, they'll check on the appeal down to Mark Rowan. He say he did not go. Now a full count.
Oh, something's happening to our camera. It was shaking. I don't know if you guys felt it or not.
I did not feel it. But the full count now to come from Armistead. Runner set in motion, popped up, and foul over by the grandstands and up by the woods. I think we're getting a little Candlestick Park there during the World Series, a little earthquake there on that camera move.
I think that might have been it, Hyannis. I think that might have been it, Jacob.
Yeah, I think it was as well. As Ryan Galaney continues to work on a full count.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised if the runner goes in motion here. A guy with good hands and a runner with good speed.
Runner stays. It's a swing and miss. Ryan Galaney set down on strikes for the first out here of the bottom of the 6th. Matheson stayed pretty firm over at first base, Nico.
Yeah, he did, surprisingly. I thought with a 3-2 count, they love to steal bases, and a guy on Galaney who has good hands, good contact, and I thought that'd be a perfect time to keep running on 3-2.
0-0 pitch on Mathis, finds the zone for strike.
But yeah, his cleats stayed in the dirt. They were not moving.
They did not move an inch. As the 0-1 now to Mathis, who hit a home run back in the second. He's out in front of the 78-mile-an-hour off-speed pitch. Armistead again ahead in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, he's done a great job about that so far in this game, just working ahead of hitters, not getting behind in counts and not allowing the hitters to get their pitch.
0-2 from Armistead. Runner goes, pitch high, throw down, grabbed by Hainline, who was able to climb the ladder, but coming in safely is Matheson on the stolen bag.
Guys, I'm getting in for my earpiece here.
Yep.
Cole Mathis right now, 20.6 yards away. That was from the producer. I believe it's Josh Schreiber right now.
Yeah, is that his name? Okay, yeah, he does a great job. Yeah, I believe I heard of that guy. He does a great job. Great job all around, Josh Schreiber, that guy is.
1-2 to Mathis to come here, with now a runner in scoring position for the Kettleers. Popped up foul, going behind us, down the first base line, up over the woods again.
Now, Nico, you being a former pitcher here, a 1-2 count and a foul ball just chopped off you. Does that kind of change your strategy with a foul ball coming off, or are you still just attacking?
No, I think that was a great pitch there. He went with that little frisbee slider he's got, and it worked well, low and away.
1-2. Off speed at 77. Foul tipped into the glove of Donay for another strikeout here for the second out in the bottom of the sixth.
Yeah, I think that's kind of not the result he wanted, obviously, but he had him off balance. He had him reaching a little bit and just poked that two-pitch off-speed right there. So I think, and then him going back to what seemed to look like a changeup or another off-speed right there, just went back foot, kind of tailed in right there.
Felt like a survival swing.
Petre, the shortstop, will look at a pitch into the other batter's box. 1-0 now. Matheson stands at second base after the stolen bag.
Hey, and the scoreboard trying to remind him, hey, you want to hit the ball here.
The 1-0 inside on Petre. 2-0. It's a digital scoreboard here at Lowell Park. And every so often, someone will push a button that says have a hit, and it'll come out of the speakers as well. 2-0. Chopped foul down the first base line. 2-1.
Yeah, that's a good 2-0 pitch right there. 2-0, went with the frisbee right there, put it on the hands. That's a good pitch, not really giving it to the hitter there. That's a great 2-0 pitch to get back into this count.
Armistead continuing to work with traffic behind him on the base pass. 2-1 comes home, fouled away. Now the opposite direction, down the third base line, just over the grandstands by the trees.
Check this out, guys. The outside part of the infield, not quite in the shade from the sun going down yet. A ball hit to them might mess up their depth perception with that shadow.
2-2 count to Petre. Pitch comes, gets by Donay, will trickle out over Bias. Moving on the wild pitch will be Matheson, putting him 90 feet closer to home. Now a full count to come here to Petre when Armistead settles back onto the rubber.
Yeah, Armistead just missed a little glove side there, just pulled a little hard, put in the dirt. Donay not able to scoop that one up.
Big payoff pitch here coming in the bottom of the sixth. Armistead deals, swing and a miss. He got Petre swinging. He fans on it after allowing Matheson to work on with the walk. He retires the next three straight via the strikeout swinging. We're going to the seventh here at Lowell Park.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold. Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
Retire retirement strategies come in all shapes and sizes. One strategy does not fit all when it comes to reaching your retirement goals. And considering all your options may be, well, more than you want to think about. So whether you're looking to retire or already living in retirement, you need a strategy tailor-made for you.
Fairway Financial can create a personal retirement strategy just for you, designed to take care of you and your loved ones. Call us today at 508-398-3337.
Push on here to the 7th inning, and it's a great time to remind you the wait is almost over. Floor & Decor is coming to Hyannis on September 7th. Get ready for unbelievable everyday low prices on tile, wood, stone, laminate, vinyl, installation materials, and more. Our high-quality selection can't be beat, so mark your calendars for September 7th for Floor & Decor's grand opening in Hyannis. At Floor & Decor, you'll discover thousands of in-stock products, all at a price you'll love. We promise you'll never experienced anything like it, but soon you can. Come explore Floor & Decor, opening on Hyannis on September 7th. We move to the 7th now, and it's going to be Zach Earhart settling into the box for his first time seeing Schulke after he came in relief of Hill. The Submarine pitcher comes in at 81 miles an hour down the heart of the plate for strike.
Something we weren't able to harp on right there is that last pitch of Schulke's inning. He went over the top and dropped a curveball from the top.
0-1, fouled off just above the dugout of the Harbor Hawks down the first base line. He's behind in the count, 0-2.
Yeah, I apologize for the things I'll be saying. I won't be as funny as Grant McNew. I'll be straightforward and straight down the line with it. So some comedic relief in my absence.
0-2, Submarine again misses low below the knees of the Earhart, who squatted to look at it to try and will its way out of the zone there for him.
We talk about Hill's speed difference with the 94 and the 79.
1-2 changes at 88 miles an hour fastball that goes high.
Yep.
That's the change you were talking about.
Yep, went over the top there, but then he goes back beneath. He goes from about 81, 82 down to 68, so that could be even more drastic because of
2-2, skips in the dirt in front of the plate, loading the count full here on Earhart.
Yeah, 80 is what guys are used to seeing, but once it gets beneath 70 miles an hour, that's not one that hitters are used to seeing, so it could be even crazier of a change.
Full count delivery. Earhart's able to rip it into left field, dropping back and over the wall, and it's a home run. Zach Earhart. Bria Losick talked about it in her pregame, in her hit, and does a getting a hold of it. And now Hyannis down by 4.
Wow, they cannot keep this guy off the base today. That's his third time finding a way on base. Well, that time he didn't really get on base. He had a home run. Really caught that pitch out front. A pitch 68 miles per hour. Way back on it, caught it out front. Great swing there by Earhart. Another great swing.
As the pitch comes in above of Hainline's lettering, he's behind 1-0.
I mean, we've just been seeing it the last 6-7 games. Earhart has finally turned it on, and he really turned on one there. No pitch difference there.
1-0 ripped, and will it be foul? It does, just by a mere couple of inches as it kept turning down the left field line. Now a 1-1 count is Hainline, and now Earhart, we talked about with Grant McNew, Nico. Once one guy figures it out, it sometimes can start to become contagious.
Yeah, absolutely. After they start seeing Schulke a little bit more, and with his deception that he's got down there, they'll start talking to hitters. Hey, this is what to look out for. Hey, when the ball's spinning this way, that means this pitch. Giving them a little tips so they can do what Earhart just did and catch that ball out front and identify pitches early.
1-1 in for strike on Schulke.
That's so big from Earhart. That's a leadoff home run. So no outs. He's set the tone, and unfortunately for Hainline, it's just been how the cookie's been crumbling today, is that one hooked only just foul.
1-2. 69 miles an hour breaking ball gets Hainline swinging and missing for the first pitch here in the 7th.
It's a game of fine margins. That could have been a double on a different day, and instead now Hainline sat down. But again, now Donay steps in, has to have that same mindset as Earhart. It's so important to have gotten Hill out of this game because now you're able to see different pitches as Earhart did there here for Donay.
0-0 pitch to Donay. Catches part of the zone upstairs in the outer part, 0-1. Donay struck out to Hill back in the 5th. 0-1 from the submarine position, line directly over to Petre. Comes up 2 hops and fires in time to Mathis for the 6-3 putout.
You know, we talk about Schulke's like little deception that he's got here. I want to say a quote that we heard, and he says, pitchability is my thing. Everybody is so cookie cutter. And he would later on to go and say that he started throwing submarine, and now that when he went back to school that last year, he has 3 different arm angles. You know, and we've seen it where when he does come over top, he can throw that fastball up 88, and that fastball gets up to 91 miles per hour. And he also has that dirty 12-6 curveball from the top, too. So he has 3 different arm angles, and he can throw all his pitches from all those angles.
Trey Lipsy comes in to pinch hit for Will Taylor. He'll look at a ball. 1-0.
You talk about timing in terms of batting there, like how Nestor Cortez can go and mess up the timing, but that can just mess up the eyes entirely going from 3 different angles and just completely fool hitters.
1-0, ripped. And in between North and Mathis, Trey Lipsy continues to get hot here for the Harbor Hawks as he's able to work a single between North and Mathis over on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, ever since that batting practice 2 days ago against YD, it seems like he's found something. He got 2 singles, including an RBI in that 9th where the comeback came just short. And now here today, coming in his pinch hit appearance on the first pitch of the at-bat, punches one through the right side.
Check back Lipsy, who comes in sliding to first. Now Schulke trying to work out of it after only allowing 1 off of the Earhart home run as snow settles in. 0-0 pitch misses outside and off the plate, 1-0.
I like that matchup there going with Lipsy, a very soft righty and a lefty who has great hands and can swing it a little bit right there. That's a perfect opportunity there for a base hit by Lipsy. That's a great coaching move right there.
Well, check back Lipsy again. He comes in diving.
Quick move there by Schulke. Very quick pickoff right there. Quick hand, throws over top, obviously, for a pickoff. That's a quick move and a close play there first against Lipsy.
1-0. Comes into the zone. Down middle of it. Evening the count at 1 apiece on Eric Snow, the designated hitter. He walked back in the 5th and popped up over to Petre in the 3rd. 1-1 from the submarine positions. Grounded over to Petre, spinning, trying to beat out Snow in time. Mathis keeping his foot on the bag. Petre at shortstop showing off his defensive abilities. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Hyannis able to get one back after the left field home run from Zach Earhart.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Your future begins at Dean College.
Make a difference. Leave your mark. Break the mold. Be a leader.
Achieve unimagined heights.
Believe in yourself. Make lifelong friends.
This is your time.
Your place.
Your home. Your Dean.
It all starts here at Dean College.
It's a new pitcher for the Harbor Hawks. It's Hiro Yamada who comes in relief after Will Armistead had a great outing after coming in for relief of Bradley Hodges. Armistead going 4 innings, only giving up 2 hits, didn't allow a run, struck out 5. Really what you want to see when you need to call in someone already after 2.
Yeah, great job. Kept us in the ball game here, and now they're going to pass the torch on to Hiro Yamada. But a great outing there by Armistead. When it felt like the game was starting to slip a little bit after that, they scored 5 runs early. A great job, Armistead, holding them right there, and now 5-1, 4-run game.
Yeah, and it keeps your guys in the game, as you said, and that makes a name for Armistead. He came out off of a blow-up outing and then comes in and gives the bulk. We're now into the back third of this game, and we're back into the swing of now we just need Hiro to go 3 innings, and that's what Armistead can bring. He brings up the rear, and he brings up the bulk, so big performance, especially a scoreless performance, and now that brings on and passes the torch, as you said, to Hiro.
Hiro Yamada, who comes in, last appearance, went against Orleans earlier this week, which feels like a while ago after how this 4th of July week has worked out for this Harbor Hawks team, with an off day yesterday and then rain out on the actual 4th. They played back on Monday, was not able to finish that one, giving up 4 runs, 2 of them earned on 3 hits, facing 4 batters there. So he comes back out to try and bring back his numbers into a spot he would like them to be.
Yeah, absolutely. He's pitched in 5 games. I think has 6 innings pitched. So comes in and goes 1-1-1 throughout his game. So let's see if we try to ride him out for the 7th, 8th, and even the 9th, or if they're just gonna go just a 7th here.
Pitch comes in. Loma Vida will rip that one down the left field line. Coming in and over is Mitchell. Coming in and turning around first, but now retreating is Loma Vida, attacking the first pitch on Yamada, gets him aboard with a single.
I think my thoughts led to the commentator curse there. I was going to say that Hiro has been limiting hitters to very soft contact. That's a clean single right there, but the majority of the contact off of Yamada's pitches has been very soft, and you would think that all of those runs coming in aren't entirely his fault. He has been pitching very well and getting soft contact, despite what his numbers say.
Bunt shown from Wills. Chopper, Hiro will call it, gloves it, trying to fire over in first. Not going to be in time. It will be a bunt single from Brock Wills, and now 2 on quickly with 2 singles.
Those are 2 guys who are seeing the ball well. Brock Wills now 3 for 3 on the day, and Brock Wills having hard contact all game, swinging the bat well, and then just dropping a little drag bunt right there down the third base line, right in a spot where Hiro could not make a play right there. That's a very nice job. And then back to Caleb Loma Vida. Now he's 3 for 4 on the day. Another guy who's seeing the ball very, very well and making hard contact. It seems like every time he's up at the plate.
Donay's now out to talk to him, as Nicholas Moll, the home plate umpire, will go over to break it up.
And that brings up a guy, Grant Norris, who hasn't seen the ball as well. Now 0 for 3 on the day. So interesting to see, do they play small ball here, or do they let him go out and swing it? They do have Cam Smith pulled over, coming in, playing for the bunt at third base, as well as Kelly over there at first base.
Yeah, cleats touching the grass here, corners in. 0-0 pitch now to come for Norris. He shows bunt, pulls back in for strike no matter what from Yamada. Kelly came in sprinting down the line.
Good communication there by Yamada. She talks to Kelly, says, hey, you got that line, I got third base line. Also communicating that with Cam Smith so everyone is on the same page on what bunt coverage they're in.
0-1. Bunt shown. Hiro's able to glove it, then go to third. Is it going to be in time? Yes, it will. Seen it twice today. Off the bunt, the pitcher goes over to third base. Hiro Yamada picks it up, spins, and fires over to Cam Smith to get the leadoff man.
And unlike with Hodges, that's a play that Yamada could make because he's falling off the mound towards third base. He needs to transfer that ball from the glove to his hand fast, and he does. Necessary play there from Hiro, and a big one too because he's safe. The bases are loaded, nobody out. So really nice play from Hiro and a split-second decision.
Pitch launched into left field. Dropping back will be Mitchell. Up over the wall, and that thing's out of here. It's Josh Pine launching it one over left field wall by the Cotuit bullpen, and they've broken this one wide open here, being able to bring in a 3-run blast.
Yeah, another pitch that just gets left up in the zone just a little bit, and a great swing there by Pine to make him pay right there. just caught a little too much of the zone, too much in the upper part of the quadrant, and he just goes out and gets it.
Pine's first home run of the summer. Only had 1 RBI coming into today, and now able to register 4 to his name on the summer. Teo Banks, the right fielder, settles in for the pitch from Hiro Yamada. Works in for strike. The right fielder who was able to come around and score in the second, but then flew out to Taylor when he was back in the game in the fifth. Breaking ball low at 77 miles an hour for the second strike on Banks.
Very nice job there by Yamada. After he lets up that home run right there, goes right back at him, goes 2 straight strikes in a row, goes right back at the hitter right there. Great job there by Yamada.
0-2. Breaking ball gets Teo Banks around to swing and miss. Now for the second out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, it took the words right out of my mouth, Nico. That's a really nice bounce back at bat. Talking about attacking, comes straight back, showing that he isn't fearless, and just goes straight at the next hitter, Banks, and sets him down on 3 pitches. Good work to rebound.
Now we go back to the top of the lineup here for the Kettleers as Matheson looks at a 0-0 pitch for strike. Mata trying to work out of it. Cotuit leading 8-1. Here in the bottom of the 7th at Lowell Park. 0-1. Charting fastball down low. 0-2.
Wow, after that home run, Yamada's really locked in there, throwing his 5th straight strike right there. 0-2, strikeout. Now we're 0-2 again here with 2 outs.
Pitch comes outside off the plate and into the other's batter's box. 1-2 on the 80-mile-an-hour pitch, and you hear Yamada grunting for it and trying to give it everything he's got across the plate right now. Trying to work out and respond after the home run from Pine. 1-2 breaking ball inside. Now 2-2.
And the interesting thing right there is he grunted on both those pitches, and he's pulled the string on both. First pitch was a changeup, and then he was trying to go over top and drop a slider in back foot. And now, again, 2s are hot.
2-2. Fouled back into the glove of Donay. He's unable to glove it, though, coming off his leather. Keeping the count at 2 apiece. 2 still hot here, Nico, for you.
Yeah, 2s are still hot. You know, I'm interested to hear what you guys do at your school. So I'm really interested to hear about it. You know, maybe if you do some research or ask some of the guys.
I'll have to ask a couple of my buddies on the team.
I think I'm going to be bringing that to College Park.
2-2. Pitch comes outside, just off the plate. Now a full count here to Carter Matheson, the 1-hole hitter, who was left stranded after working a walk in the 6th at third base.
Yeah, full count here. That last pitch did not miss by much by Yamada to make ball 3. That was a very close pitch.
Kicks and fires low and in the dirt. Matheson's able to work a second walk now to get himself aboard to stand at first.
It's a great at-bat. You know, working after Yamada goes 0-2 strikeout and then gets ahead 0-2 again to work back into the count and work a walk right there. He just seeing the pitch as well. Great patience there by Matheson.
Now Ryan Galaney kicks the dirt in the box. So he pulls the first pitch he sees foul up and out of play by the trees. Mata trying his best to work out in the jam with only allowing 3 to plate here. 0-1. Pitch delivery on the off-speed at 75 comes down the heart of it. 0-2.
Yamada, I have noticed as Yamada has different appearances, he does change his arm angles up as he pitches as well. Comes over the top a little bit, 3/4 mostly, and then he just do that little frisbee right there on a straight sidearm right there.
0-2 from Yamada. Misses off the plate. 1-2.
And it's big when guys like Yamada don't get the calls they want, that Brody Donay is giving them instant feedback that he likes that call. He points that glove out, nods his head to say that's a good pitch. Even though you don't get the call, that's one that your catcher likes. And you could argue just to get yourself back into that rhythm, if your catcher's liking him, that's even better.
1-2 from Yamada to come to Galaney. from the sidearm. Pulled out of the zone on the breaking ball at 77. Went left to right there. Just dunked out of it.
Yeah, just trying to get a little chase pitch there. That pitch was just not close enough to get the hitter to chase right there. Now works the count to 2-2, and the twos are hot once again.
Twos are hots again, Nico. Pitch comes in there for strikeout looking against Galaney. After allowing the 3-run shot of Josh Pine to go over the left field fence. Hiro Yamada locks in, but Cotuit now leads 8-1.
A brilliant idea starts at the source. Through innovative design, we're taking steps to create a better future. Now, the pure fresh taste of Dasani comes in a redesigned bottle, up to 30% made from plants, and as always, it's 100% recyclable. Plant bottle, designed to make a difference.
This BBB seal is a badge of honor. It's a sign that this is a business you can trust. Each year, millions of people see the BBB seal on a door or a window or a website and breathe a little easier. See the seal and know you've made the right choice. Find a business you can trust. Ask BBB.
Move on to the 8th inning as fans start to vacate Lowell Park as Cotuit leads 8-1 here on the Hyannis Harbor Hawk Baseball Network. Along with Michael Kirsting, Nico Sharp, I'm Jacob Irons. Mickey Doolittle out on assignment for us tonight as Nick Mitchell in the top of the lineup comes back up here for the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. If they want to respond and try and get back in this game, this is going to be the part of the lineup you want to do it with.
Yeah, absolutely. At the top of the lineup here, and you're running out of time a little bit. Got to start chipping away now, and it's got to start going. It's going to be just a pass it on to the next guy kind of idea.
Mitchell looks at a strike from Schulke, who's back out.
But that's something that this lineup is used to doing, stringing hits together, and especially against a Cotuit side, a strong one, they've come back from bigger deficits.
0-0 pitch from Schulke. Comes in for strike on Mitchell.
Yeah, it's a tall task to try to be able to come up again against this Cotuit Kettleers bullpen. We did it once, but we just got to start chipping away here in the 8th.
0-2, misses at 79 miles an hour into the other batter's box, 1-2.
Haven't seen that below 70 pitch yet. That whatever that curveball, that slow sweeping pitch is here. So wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't implement it here, then the next pitch here in a 1-2 count.
1-2 misses away. Now 2-2.
Yeah, right there. Not surprised because he was kind of ramping up there, but he hit 80s, 79, and then it was only a matter of time before he threw that slow sweeper.
2-2 misses away, loading the count full on the 68 mile an hour off-speed pitch here on Mitchell.
That pitch is so funny. It comes in and it almost looks like it lags for a second. It almost just sits and moves through the air in slow motion.
Full count. Mitchell chops that one off over to Norris and will get by the second baseman. Chopped close over by the second base bag, just out of the reach of Norris as Mitchell gets his second single of the day.
We spoke about it, getting guys on. We have to get guys on, start stringing hits together, just to kind of chip away and work deep in the counts and just get guys on and put some pressure on this defense.
Yeah, and Mitchell's the perfect guy to do it. We've seen him ever since he's come in, slot into that leadoff role and make it his own. And how? That's the way you start this.
Schulke submarines and misses out of the zone there as field manager Roberts on his way out to the bump. I think that might do Cameron Schulke's night as he'll make a motion to the bullpen and action will start to come towards home here. But still just calling in the entire infield. Still necessarily made a motion off down to the bullpen as
Yep, looks like they will officially go to the bullpen as the umpire does make a motion to that bullpen. That will be the end of Cam Schulke's night.
Cam Schulke's night as John Gazdar comes to play. We'll take a quick break and talk about the new hurler on the other side.
Hey, Mama, what's up?
Did you switch my service from Verizon to T-Mobile?
Yep. T-Mobile has the only nationwide 5G.
Well, Mr. Know-It-All, let's see if you right about that.
Mama. Hey, Mama, I'm working.
It works at the pie shop.
T-Mobile's 5G works inside and out. Hey, what you need, Mama? I'm trying to watch the game with my boys.
It works in the park.
Oh, okay. Mama?
It works at the aquarium, in the parking garage, at the beach, in the elevator. It works in the movie theater, too. Oh, shush yourself. I'm talking to my baby.
You're driving me crazy.
I was just calling you to say thank you, baby. I love you.
I love you too, Mama. Yes, Mama.
It works in the kitchen. Tell Mama.
Mama?
5G, it works in the club.
Who are you in a club with?
All about it. Tell Mama.
It's Cohen McKay from South Mills, North Carolina, and the University of Georgia coming in relief of Cam Schulke for the Cotuit Kettleers, trying to hold on to their 7-run lead as they lead 8-1 here in the top of the 8th.
Yeah, Cotuit really changing it up so far. You know, you have Cam Hill, tall lefty throwing 91, and then you bring in Schulke, the sidearmer throwing 67, 68 miles per hour. And now you bring in Colin McKay, another righty who is straight over top and hitting 91, 93 miles per hour. Very firm, hard fastball guy.
And you show why their .351 team ERA leads the league right now. And McKay, guy that has appeared in 2 games, still has a 0.00 ERA so far. His last appearance coming back on the 1st of July. Went 1 2/3 at Harwich. Only gave up 2 hits through 7 batters faced, no runs.
Yeah, does have a save on his record as well, so he's not afraid to come in late game in a big moment here and really shut down the door against these teams.
Yeah, going short in one and then going a bit of a distance in another. So versatility in the arm and in a bigger game, you want him to lock down this lineup, but this could also be stretching his durability out a little bit, maybe saving an arm for Cotuit as well.
John Gazdar settles in against a new pitcher where he has a 1-0 count here. Mid-pitch pitching change on Gazdar has been quite the already frequent endeavor in his 2 games as that pitch finds the zone from McKay.
Ooh, that was a good pitch there. Change up on a righty. Right, put it right in on John's hands. That is a great first pitch there to enter the game.
1-1, 85-mile-an-hour pitch, misses outside the zone.
Yeah, stadium's still packed here. I mean, these kids line up. You can hear them talking over right behind us. The kids are packed, ready for their glove. They're still waiting for their foul ball, waiting for their moment.
2-1 lined right back up the middle and out of the reach of Petre. It'll be station to station for Mitchell as John Gazdar able to welcome himself to Hyannis with his first hit of the summer.
Yeah, sending it right back where it came from, exactly what you have to do. And now the first 2 hitters on here for Cam Smith.
Still nobody away here in the top of the 8th. It's Cam Smith has had loud outs so far today. Hasn't been able to get on via the hit yet. 0-0 pitch from McKay finds the zone in the inner part of the plate at 0-1.
It's another first pitch changeup, and he's actually holding, so like many pitchers do, as they come set holding that changeup grip and then change it in there, as the changeup is usually the hardest grip to find.
0-1. 93-mile-an-hour fastball misses away into the other batter's box. Loma Vita stretching out to keep it in front of him. Runners stay put.
Yeah, that first changeup he threw was very nice. Looks like he's holding a circle change there, and that ball is having a lot of arm side movement and just dropping into the hands of a righty.
1-1. Breaking ball at 81 miles an hour.
Yeah, Smith was on that one. He saw that pitch coming, dipped back in. It came a bit around front door, and he was just a bit on top of it and chopped it foul. But again, Even though not the best of contact, it's great eyes from Smith to be able to recognize the pitch and only just miss it.
1-2 from McKay. Z nods his head from Lomavita, who sets the signs. Kicks and fires the 1-2. That's lined hard off the glove of Norris. They'll send in Mitchell, who's waved around third. Comes in, throw will come to second, and on the move to third is Gazdar. Big hit from Cam Smith, again being able to bring in a run. It's now 8-2 Cotuit.
Yeah, it seems like they're getting the bats going here. That's two good barreled swings right there for the Harbor Hawks. And it seems like they're getting a little momentum here. They're finding a little bit. You can hear the chat in the dugout saying, hey, we're here, let's go.
Bring in a pinch hitter here for the Harbor Hawks. Bring in the new Zach York, wearing 40 out of Grand Canyon University, picked up today. This is a guy that had a freshman season that you want to remember as a D1 player.
And it seems with this pinch hit move, they are going to go to the pen and try to get that lefty-lefty matchup as the Harbor Hawks try to bring in York in off the bench for that lefty-righty matchup right there.
They'll make a change in the bullpen. We'll make a change here inside as well with a little bit of a commercial break. We'll take a break and be right back here on the Harbor Hawks Baseball Network.
Diet Coke? Were you my mom?
You should be so lucky, because you know what moms do? Well, I suppose we should start with the whole giving you life thing. It seems like that should be enough. No? Okay. What about her ability to send shockwaves through the neighborhood without saying a word? Or whip up a ridiculous handmade costume that you forgot to tell her about? Not to make you happy, but because she had a reputation to uphold. She invented rideshare, called it carpool, and did it for free. She didn't need those dating apps either. You copied her jeans, her spin, her shoes, her scrunchie, and whether you realize it or not, her music.
Why not?
Oh, and she can win any argument in 4 words.
Because I said so.
Everything you're trying to do, she's already done it, did it better, and she did it with a Diet Coke in her hand. So, drink what your mama gave you.
Welcome back to Lowell Park. It will be the second pitching change here in the top of the 8th. For the Kettleers, it will be Rafe Selsinger out of the University of Miami in Holbrook, New York. He's already appeared in 7 games, has a 1.84 ERA, has 2 saves, has 1 decision in his favor. He's pitched 14 2/3 inning pitched, has struck out 18. This guy has been really stellar right now for the Kettleers and comes in a big spot where they don't want to tack on a couple more runs as they're still looking for their first out here in the 8th.
Absolutely, still looking for that first out, and I just got word that Rafe Schlesinger, the new arm, is actually exactly 39 yards away from us with Zachary York coming up to the plate, still keeping that lefty-lefty matchup.
Yeah, Schlesinger went 3 2/3 in the 6-1 victory for Cotuit against Hyannis and earned one of those 2 saves in that game for carrying the bulk and going the 3+ innings to end the game. You get an automatic save for it.
As York looks at first pitch of his summer here on Cape Cod as a strike. York out of Grand Canyon was a freshman All-American by collegiate baseball. The 0-1 chopped foul off his shin guard in the box. Was an all-WAC second team member, was an all-defensive team, and he was stellar in the box, batting .368 for the Antelopes.
Yeah, just a guy who can straight up swing it. Seems to find the barrel every time he swings the bat.
York looks at a pitch away from Schlesinger. 1-2. One-two from Schlesinger. He kicks and fires. York out in front of it, swinging and missing for the first out here in the 8th.
Yeah, that's a tight and firm slider right there that Schlesinger's got. He just tunnels it behind that fastball, coming at that 3/4 angle on a lefty-lefty. It's a tough matchup there for York.
But now York comes in. You wonder if that was maybe a pawn just to get a lefty in, because 4 of the next 5 hitters for Hyannis are righties. So wonder.
Pitch in for strike on Zach Earhart, who did damage back in the 7th with his solo shot that went over the left field wall. Schlesinger fires the 0-1 inside, right around the belt of Earhart as he backs off the plate, even in the count at 1 apiece. Runners on the corners here with Gazdar at third, Smith at first. Pitch in the dirt, Loma Vida keeps it in front of him to not allow movement from either runner.
Another hitter's count here with a big spot in the game where Hardhawks need to produce some runs here in a hitter's count. Let's see if they can make anything happen here.
2-1. Earhart dancing in the box over there to get out of it. Now a 3-1 from Schlesinger.
True back foot slider right there. Almost put it right on his foot to make the count of 3-1.
3-1 delivery. Pulled foul by Earhart down the third base line and into the grass.
You know, with a full count here and only 1 out, runner does not have to go obviously over there at Cam Smith, but do you send him here with a guy who's seeing the ball as well as Earhart?
Could. He's sneaky fast. We've been seeing his wheels on display over the last 6-7 games, so wouldn't be too surprised either way.
Payoff pitch, runner stays. That's off the plate. They've loaded the bases with a walk from Zach Earhart. Smith moves over to second base. Gazdar stands firm at third. Bases loaded for Elijah Hainline.
You know, once again, cannot keep Zach Earhart off the base pass. I mean, he's just seeing the ball well, watching the ball travel, and he's seen 3 different pitchers now, and he's gotten the same result every time.
0-0 pitch. Through the glove of Galaney. Gazdar will score. They'll wave around Smith. The throw will be cut off by Petrie. And now 2 in here off of the big 2 RBI single from Elijah Hainline that got by Galaney's glove. Unable to glove it. Hard hit ball that jumped off the grass. And now 3 have come to score here in the 8th as they have now cut the lead in half, 8-4.
Yeah, sure have. And this is exactly what we talked about before the inning started, is chipping away. Make the 9th inning playable.
Brody Donay looks at a ball upstairs, 1-0. Earhart moved from first to second. But now he's in scoring position for Brody Donay. 1-0, chopped back off over to Galaney. He'll step on third. They'll try and turn 2. He'll eat it over at third base. 2 retired now here in the top of the 8th.
It's a great decision there by Galaney. He was starting to charge it and then just way back on it because he knew that with a forced play at third, he could possibly have a double play right there, and it keeps the runner off third base. Gets the out at third, not able to make the double play, but a pretty smart play there by Galaney.
Brings up Trey Lipsy, the lefty, who had a single as he pinch hit back in the 7th for Will Taylor, as that one's popped up into shallow left center field as it drops down in between the Bermuda Diamond, out in left center field. Petrie wasn't there, and coming in fast and across the plate is Hainline. And now 8-5, Hyannis within 3.
And that's great base running from Hainline, knowing that there's 2 outs and that could cause trouble. It dunks in, and he knows that he has to be running on contact, and he ran the entire way out, and he's able to score because of it. And just like that, they're back in touching distance.
Eric Snow looks at a ball off the plate, 1-0.
And keep in mind, we're producing these runs off a guy who has a 1.84 ERA so far this season on the Cape.
Rafe, injured, chops that one. That one went fouled down by the third base line from Snow. 1-1 on Eric Snow, who's now the 9th batter here for the Harbor Hawks. Schlesinger fires the 1-1. Chopper off over to Galaney. He has to come in. It takes a dirty bounce. It gets away from him. Tapping back onto the bag. In time will be Donay. Bases loaded off of a chopper play that went over and bounced over the glove of Galaney at third base. And now they've batted around and now bring up the top of the lineup for Nick Mitchell. Shades of Cotuit last time. These two teams really were in a game like this. It was Hyannis working out of it in the 10th inning.
And now it brings up Mitchell, who singled earlier in the inning. Again, a true leadoff guy that you really want up in this situation. Big spot here. All of a sudden, this game snapped to life.
Mitchell looks at a strike from Schlesinger. What a game we have in store here. 8-5. Hyannis been able to plate 4 here in the top of the 8th. Schlesinger, the third pitcher here, deals the pitch low in the dirt, 1-1, just in this 8th inning alone for the Cotuit Kettleers. He stands with bases loaded. Donay stands at third. Lipsy at second. It's Snow at first. The 1-1 pitch comes to Mitchell in for a strike on the inner part of the plate. And mind you, this is happening with 2 outs as well.
Absolutely. And something that I do want to mention real quick is how big was that 3-run home run by Pine there by Cotuit last inning?
Yeah.
Without that last inning, the game is tied. This will be a tie game if that 3-run home run does not happen last inning.
1-2. Pitch gets away. Donay's going to be running from third, and he'll score easily. And now it's 8-6. Cotuit leading only by 2.
And with that wild pitch, now both runners move up, and the tying run standing at second base in scoring position is Snow. So that's big with Mitchell still at the dish here.
Lipsy advances to third. Snow off and over to second base. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pitch coming. Mitchell wide into the glove of Petrie, who stands at second base, throws over in time to end the rally here in the top of the 8th. However, it's 5 across for the Hyannis Harborhawks. They stand behind 2 of Cotuit. We go to the bottom of the 8th right here on the Hyannis Harborhawks Baseball Network.
We all have obstacles, challenges at different points in life. I still push myself every single day, and the harder I push myself, the more I find myself drawn to wearing UFOs. The first time I put on a pair of UFOs, it was like someone released the pressure. It was so crazy. When you are recovered and can do more, that has a compounding effect on all aspects of your life. Stepping into a pair of UFOs, they're truly one of a kind. There's nothing like them.
Best ever? Good question. Wait, why do you sound like Dr. J in your head? I've always sounded like Dr. J in my head, which means Dr. J's outside voice sounds like my inside voice? Which Coke? The doc would know. He got the world to call him doctor without going to med school. There's only one best ever.
We move on to the bottom of the 8th, and it was a fun top of the 8th for the Hyannis Harborhawks as they were able to plate 5 on 4 hits on 2 errors. They leave 2 on in scoring position. Now Cotuit only leads 8-6, and it feels within touching distance if you're Hyannis.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we asked for. We didn't ask, hey, tie the game this inning. No, we wanted to chip away, make the 9th inning playable, make it manageable. And now this is going to be a big half inning for Yamada to shut the door down. And our offense, as it's building momentum, to keep that momentum going and try to tie the game up here in the top of the 9th.
However, it was a big bottom of the 7th there for Cotuit that had 3 runs come across on 3 hits and 1 left on. So big situation here as they try and answer after Hyannis was able to get 5 across here. Now will be 3, 4, and 5, the heart of this lineup for the Kettleers to face off against Hiro Yamada, who's back out for his 2nd inning of work. 0-0 pitch comes in at 86 miles an hour as it gets a swing and a miss from Mathis.
Goes fastball up in the zone there, gets him to chase. That's a great pitch there by Yamada.
That one's pulled foul. Now 0-2, he's ahead in the count as that one goes into the trees. Kid's chasing it again. Can't stop the chase until you're in mom's minivan yet.
That's right. The game is not over, not on the field, and not in the fight for the ball out there.
0-2 from Yamada. He kicks and fires home. Breaking ball away at 78, 1-2.
It's a good idea, 0-2. You know, he's shown some fastballs there, trying to go off speed, low and away. That's a good idea there by Yamada to try to get him to chase.
Yamada nods at the pitches from Toney. 1-2. Chopper off over to Smith. Gloves it inside third base's bag. Reaching out for is York, who made the positional change after he came in to pinch hit for Kelly. He stands at first for the 5-3 putdown.
It's a tough play by Cam Smith. Going towards the line, going away from his glove side, makes the play, puts his foot in the ground, makes a long throw over there to first base, just in time to make the out.
Now Emilian Petre, the shortstop, settles into the box as Yamada able to work him through, and it's going to be a base hit through the left for the right side of the field between Hainline and York. Petre already all over it.
Petre gets his first hit of the game right there. Doesn't waste any time, you know. We've seen that from Cotuit throughout this entire game, just getting after that first pitch and finding ways on.
Loma Vida stands in the box. He faces off against Yamada. 0-0 pitch. Snow Nubber off over. They'll apply the tag. Can they throw goes wide of York. No movement from Loma Vida as Peachy was crossing from first to second. Hainline was able to apply the tag in his motion. That's 2 away. Loma Vida reaches on the fielder's choice over at first, bringing up Brock Wells.
Very athletic play there by Hainline. Coming in, Yamada's even pointing to first, hey, 1-1-1, but Hainline just began to reach over, make the tag, get the lead runner, and make the play almost at first.
Checking back over to first will be Yamada to keep Loma Vida honest at first base. Nothing pitch. Runs high from Yamada upstairs. 1-0, and that's Yamada's goal, to try and not allow another run here in this situation. Just to try and keep Hyannis within striking distance of Cotuit to try and force the bottom of the ninth. 1-0. Breaking ball misses low. 2-0.
Yeah, great minds think alike. That's exactly what I was about to say. And it's now Hero has to snap into motion here because this inning is really important now. And it seemed it wouldn't have been as much so, but now with that 5-run inning, got to hold them scoreless here.
2-0. Misses. Now 3-0 off the plate and into the other's batter's box a little bit as it started to flirt in that area. Wills has been able to get on every time he has entered the box today for the Kettleers. The 3-0 in for strike. Worked a walk in the first, had a single in the second, single in the fifth, and then a single in the seventh. He has been an active batter in the box today for the Kettleers. 3-run from Yamada. He fouls that one back into the netting. Behind home plate. Now a full count with 2 away. Loma Vida still stands at first base for the Kettleers. 8-6 Cotuit leading here in the bottom of the 8th.
And Brock Wills being able to find his way on every time. This is their 5th time through the lineup. So that is a very good day at the plate there for Brock.
Payoff pitch fouled off over by the grandstands on the third base side above the Cotuit Kettleers dugout.
It's a very important pitch with the runner moving there on first base. You know a double could possibly score that run. So big pitch here by Yamada. Very important to keep the ball down in the zone.
Full count. 2-away runner set in motion. That one's popped up and flown over to right field. Giving chase will be Earhart. Positioning under it will be Lipsy, though, covering around to right center field. And gets the third out here of the bottom of the 8th. We go to the 9th. Hyannis looking for 2 to push the bottom and 3 to take the lead.
That chip on the shoulder, that started at a very, very young age. People's expectations are they're cool, they're fun, but mine are bigger.
play New York, they want to see winners. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday or a Friday or a Saturday. You got to come with it, or those fans will let you know.
Pick one thing from me, pick one other thing from another player, make it your own, determine who you want to be.
What motivates me is the unknown. You know, how good can I be? You get away from the lights, you get away from the camera.
Mientras más presente yo esté en la caja de batería, más éxito tengo.
Man, how can you not keep it fun, man? This is a kid's game.
If you could go back and tell 10-year-old Francisco one thing, what would it be? You're a bad mother.
Welcome you back to Lowell Park. We go to the ninth as Sweet Caroline starts to echo over the speakers. And Hyannis looking for 2 runs to try and tie things back up with Cotuit. They have been trailing this entire game, but then after a big 5th inning in the 8th, Hyannis stands 2 runs away from knotting it back tied.
Yeah, no doubt. You know, this is the position we wanted to be in. You know, going into that top of the 8th inning, we just wanted to try to manufacture some runs to try to get back in this game, and here we are. And not only that, we have our 2, 3, and 4 hitters up to the plate.
And this is so big because now we talked about the 9th inning being playable as
Schlesinger will fire. Bunt shown by Gazdar. He pulls back. It is a strike.
It's playable, and not only that, they're coming off the back of a 5-run inning, so they know that they're able to do this, and that gives a little bit of edge to this 9th.
0-1, Gazdar lines it off over to Norris, eats it up over at second base for the first out here in the top of the 9th.
Again, hard contact from Gazdar. It took a nice shot off the mound there, so kind of knocked it down, settled it for Norris a little bit, and he's able to make the play easily.
1 retired. Cam Smith now settles to the box for Schlesinger trying to work out of it. I think a nothing pitch misses low below the knees of the FSU product.
And another big note to open up is Schlesinger is still in the game. This is who we just put up a 5 spot on, so the Hardbacks have to have some confidence going into this inning.
Big swing and a miss for a ball that dropped in at 90 miles an hour into the zone, at evening the count at 1 apiece. Now the 1-1 from Schlesinger, in just above the knees, right down the heart of the plate to 1-2 to Cam Smith.
Yeah, backdoor slider right there, just froze Cam Smith. Just couldn't get the bat off his shoulders right there. That's a great backdoor slider right there.
1-2, fouled back, and taking a brunt of it is Nicholas Mull, the home plate umpire. Eats it off of the chest plate there. Does a good job. Cruden, not all that worrisome, the motion. He'll stick it out behind the home plate, grabs the mask and tosses it right back on.
Yep,
for now.
Seems to be okay, kind of laughing it off with there with the other fellow umpires.
1-2, foul tipped again by Cam Smith. Back directly, keeping his at-bat alive.
Yeah, keeping himself alive is exactly what he's got to do here. Just keep it on and then wait for that pitch, know what's coming, and sit on it. You've worked to get here. Now try and attack that pitch.
1-2, high chopper. Galaney's able to glove. He's going to throw over, and it will be in time. An athletic play from Ryan Galaney, who had charged in to touch a little bit of the grass, drops back, able to reach up, grab it out of air, brings it down, fires in time to Mathis for the second out.
Yeah, and if he's playing at normal depth, that's just an easy, nice little chopper, but he needed all of that frame of his over at third to be able to jump up and snare that, and then even had to make a difficult throw. And they're down to their final out now.
As Zach York fouls that one off himself in the box for his second at-bat of his young summer here on Cape Cod. 0-1 from Schlesinger, misses below the knees of the first baseman.
And all he needs is an opportunity to just get a guy on, you know, just put the tying run up at the plate. Just try to pass it on to the next guy, get it to the next guy.
1-1, lined up the middle, off of the glove of Norris. That one trickles in to center field. Coming in to glove it will be Matheson. And now a motion for a pinch runner may come here, as they're going to keep They will make a change for a pinch runner for York at first base. And it will be change here.
It'll be Parker.
It will be Aaron Parker to come in to run for Zach York. And now coming to the plate, the most dangerous hitter so far today in Zach Earhart. He's 1 for 1 with 2 walks and reaching on an error as he looks at a strike down the heart of the plate at 91 miles an hour from Schlesinger.
Yeah, this is the guy you want up at the plate. He seems to find a way on every single time so far this game.
0-1. Chopped up over to Petrie. Gloves it and flips it off over to Norris to second base. Schlesinger able to work out of the jam. He put himself in the 8th as Cotuit takes a 3-1 series lead in the Battle of Barnstable.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You know, it just felt like for most of that game, you know, the Harbor Hawks just couldn't get their offense going. But almost to that, it's credit to the Cotuit pitching. You know, they got it done. They were working ahead. They pitched really well all game. You know, just put up that 5 spot there in the 8th, gave the offense some life, and then great job there by Rafe Schlesinger to just shut the door down right there in the 9th.
And it's just it's another performance that, I mean, these Hawks never go down without a fight, but a case of too little too late. It was, again, you mentioned that big 3-run home run. Without it, we would have been tied in this game, but it's why every batter matters and every outcome matters, and in the end, Hawks fall just short.
Falling just short, 8-6 after late heroics. They fall to 10-11-1. Cotuit advances to 16-7, pacing now with 32 points, still holding out over Bourne and YD. For Michael Kirsting, for Nico Sharp, for Grant McNew and Josh Schreiber and everyone associated with our broadcast, I'm Jacob Irons saying so long from Lowell Park. We'll see you tomorrow back at home as Hyannis takes on Brewster.
If you live here, fun is your thing. If you live here, tough is your thing. Smart is your thing. Caring is your thing. If you live in Massachusetts, community is your thing. Since 1972, the Massachusetts State Lottery has provided over $25 billion to help cities and towns with the things they need most. If you live here, giving is your thing.
My family earns respect.
My family clears bases.
My family breaks records.
My family wins MVPs.
My family gives everything.
My family makes history. My family wins championships.
There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family.
There's no family like my family.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
Join the fam.
When Alaska Airlines needed a partner for the complex operations of travel, they made the switch to T-Mobile. Our 5G has Alaska Airlines and their customers covered, from major hubs to remote destinations. With 5G coverage ready now for the demands of today and the future. T-Mobile's network powers Alaska Airlines as they deliver next-level care for all customers. 5G ready now. That's how unconventional thinking is better for business.
Coke Zero is now Coke Zero Sugar, with great Coke taste. Some people were excited to hear the news, some were skeptical. So we're not going to have the star of the show you're watching come out and say, "You'll love it." No special jingle written by this week's hottest pop star. No famous internet celebs who happen to be holding the label just so. Okay, maybe just one little pour shot. The only thing that will make you believe Coke Zero Sugar has great Coke taste is trying it yourself. Ice cold Coke Zero Sugar. Try one today.